Alright, you guys. Hold up. I feel like I always say that word. Or phrase. Always saying, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are gonna be off camera today. I know. What you're saying is, thank God. We don't have to see his face. So, you guys, I do want to apologize that, of course, one thing was so I'm not doing vertical today, because when we do stuff like this, I think it's a little better to not be distracted or try to format the vertical. So imagine a vertical live stream, right? You guys know what that is, of course. You said, what are you drinking? I just opened up the Red Bull. I'm glad you noticed. I got a Red Bull, and ironically, I have water and tea. So I have all three of them. I think this is going to be bad, because tasting tea and Red Bull is probably going to be horrible. But I need the energy. But for the tea, I need the voice stuff, you know? Like, it's good for the voice and whatnot, so... yeah. I was hoping my fan was going to be more quiet, you guys. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Thank you so much to Sophie saying, hey, you have a wonderful face. No, you. You have a wonderful face. So, like I say, today, you guys, yes, Beverage King. We got weird and nerdy. I'm gonna say hi to all of you guys, you know. I want to make sure that we kind of, like, get all the pleasantries and stuff in, because I know that these can be a little bit less, like, chat-oriented while we're doing the lesson portion. And I just call it a lesson. It sounds a little daunting when I say that, or like, I don't know, it almost sounds like condescending in some way, I guess. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. But no, it's not like that. Like, it's just, tips, you know? So it's almost tutorial-like, eh? Look at this, we get a little me text badge. Sweet. Yeah, does anybody want to be the Kitsune mask? Isn't that dope? But yeah. Corley was saying, I love it. The Beverage King. So let me scroll up. We'll read this chat, because Corley was saying hi. Sophie saying, hey, yo. We also had Jack. That's D7N4W. Saying hi. Hey, yo. What up, man? We also got Weird and Nerdy Mackenzie. Mackenzie with that Three Stooges smack. The tried and true method. And so yeah, the latter half of the stream, though, we will be going kind of more towards the general island stuff, you guys, just like a normal stream. And remember, on Friday, we try for the Lo-Fi Day Friday, so this may be kind of similar, to be honest, because I can tell my voice is just very calm, cool, and collected. But yeah, Sophie and Corley noting that Hugh was pissed. So we're going to be visiting the Pallet House. We're going to be looking at some treasures and stuff. See you guys, hopefully. I think most of y'all that are here, like Banana Log, what's up, man? What's up, Mackenzie? What's up, everybody? Who's coming on in? Mackenzie saying that's so cool. Sophie's loving that Kitsune mask. And yeah, I do appreciate what Corley was saying, you know, about Mythical Homeworld Fox saying, like, can you make Maxwell from Scribblenauts? You guys just always feel free to, like, ask for a creation thing in a creation video. It just keeps it, like, nice and organized, you know, because live stream stuff goes away, like the chat goes away. So what we're gonna do today is Corley's like, your voice is very soothing today, so I'm sure nobody minds. Look at me trying to read straight up, what's the word? Look at that, Corley. Knits is like, make Porky Pig. It's like, just as I'm saying, like, listen, you guys put all custom, you know, creation requests and things, like, on a video, because the chat here in the live stream, it just gets lost. And then someone's like, make this. It's like, damn it. Maybe the timing was off. But anyway, maybe we should have, like, a command, you know, just like on a timer. You know how you guys, I have chat timers and stuff? We could have that on a regular timer. If someone could remind me, that'd be great, just when the stream's over, so I can put a timer on. But anyway, what we were going to talk about today is in the title and in the description, but we're probably going to start around here. So I'll, you know, edit this and, like, kind of convert it, you know, from the live stream into a full episode when that time comes. Because this actually, it kind of did good in a long-term sense. If you guys want to know the back, like, business end, I guess, of YouTube and stuff, is like, the last time we did a sort of more tutorial-esque, like on a live stream, was when we were talking about during the demo phase. This was like, no, it was in March. I thought it was in April. It was March 27th. So we actually haven't done this monthly. I said it was going to be about once a month, so we could do that if you guys feel like it. But essentially, that was talking about blending and shading. So if anybody does want a link to that video, I can give that at some point. But in general, you can also just look at the live streams on the channel, and it's part of that. And it has like a thumbnail with Fox in it and stuff. And it says blending, shading, and more. So, you know, that was what we were going over. And I said, you guys, it's all geared towards beginners, so I want to preface that again. This will be a little bit more beginner friendly, I would say. Possibly beginner to, like, sometimes we'll get intermediate with it, but I'll tell you guys, like, my main preference also is just that I am not like a typical, my artistry, I guess, would be in music, right? Like, so I'm a music artist. I am not like an artist. I have painted before and drawn before, and it's okay, but, like, you know, I'm not a Corley. Like, Corley's incredible at drawing, you guys. Corley's, like, amazing at art. A lot of you guys are that are in my regular viewers. So I think that y'all will be able to help me with some of the techniques, too. Like, as we're doing this, I'll be reading the chat occasionally. I'm just going to really try to focus on the points once we get started. So the reason we're looking at my treasures right now is because these are some of them that we've created. You can see an obvious discrepancy, right? So, like, Charmander and the Creeper, they are pixel art. And that's great. Like, pixel art's really easy to follow along with and stuff, or if you're creating your own, if you kind of know the, like, general basics of the, let's say, like, pixel art world, you know, as a whole. It's interesting, you know, like, I feel like you can accomplish some cool things with pixel art, but let's say you don't want that. I think this lesson will be a little bit geared towards you if you don't want that. So we're going over, essentially, like, the psychology of the layers and stuff like that, and then we're also going to be talking about a perfect circle. The perfect circle thing is kind of interesting too, because it is dealing with pixels, right? And so, like, it's not exactly drawing a circle exactly, so you'll see what I mean. I think we'll actually start with that. So let's go ahead and we'll go in and we'll look at our Kirby creation. So check this out. So let's go to the list actually, and we'll look at right here. This is the other interesting thing, is that when you create them to even be glowing at night, you can see that they're glowing just in the icon. So it's like Charmander kind of looks almost like a shiny Charmander, and Kirby looks like it's lit up right now, but it's not. Only at night it is. But so check this out. You guys may remember this episode, but if you don't, feel free to check that out on the channel. This is the Kirby. It looks very cool glowing right here on the little main model, right? I really like that. I did mean to turn down the volume a bit. We want the volume to be just a little bit low on the game here for this, so I apologize if that was too much for anybody. But when we were making Kirby, hey, what's going on, me phone? You guys may remember that this episode started off with a tennis ball. So I had almost like a battle on Instagram, you could say. I did not know what was going on with the person, but here, we'll just kind of like set a tennis ball over here. I shrunk it. So somebody was like, I can't understand why on earth you would use a tennis ball when you could use a circle. And so, you know, I was like, wait, what? And they said the circle stamp. So I'm looking in here and I'm telling them, I was like kind of literal, and I was like very confused, right? I was like, well, there's like 6 pages of stamps, you know, and there's many circular shapes, but there's nothing that's just a circle. There are, again, many circular things. Look at this. There's this little coin. You have certain circular shapes, right? And don't worry, I'm getting to the point. But I'm like looking through here, and so I told them just straight up. I was just like, dude, like, can you help me here? Like, can you help me understand? And they were like, the circle stamp. And finally someone else commented and said it's the tool. It's the shapes tool. So notice when you press X right here in Pro mode on your custom creations, right here you have this. So it looks like an oval actually. But when you do press it, I'm just literally going to press A somewhere, but you can also select your color first, right? So like we could select, for instance, let's eyedropper and select Kirby's pink, right? So I'm on this tool right now. So watch when I just press A, like that. So that's true. Look at that. We have a circle. So we can increase the size, of course. See what we're doing right here. And so at that point, the Instagram person does have a point, right? Like, hey, why don't you just start out with that? I don't think it's as serious as they seem to be. They seemed like very serious about it, like I had committed a crime. You know what I'm saying? But when you're looking at the difference between these two, there is one advantage or use case for you to make a circle using like the tennis ball, let's say. Now, first off, we're saving maybe a click, right? We're saving like one button press by doing the circle tool instead. And again, it's good to use like the right terminology if you're kind of literal like me. I'm autistic and shit, and like, so I was very literal. I'm sorry, I shouldn't curse in this, the tutorial part. We'll curse later when we're streaming the island. But yeah, so to me, you know, being just the autism that I am and whatnot, I think I was taking it very literally, and also I kind of like felt like the dude was like so serious about it, and it wasn't that serious of a topic. But yeah, kind of the use case of using the ball though is, you know, if you've been using this system here in Tomodachi Life, is that there's like this cross in the middle, right? So check out this orange cross. That's going to get you the exact middle point of your canvas. Right there. That's the exact middle point, right? And so with that, check this out. When you use the tennis ball, let's say that you did want to maybe kind of have this like exactly centered, you can use this little U pattern that's on the tennis ball, and that's like a good measure for, okay, maybe I want to try to really center this, so like I'm gonna put it, you know, right here, but look like, okay, that looks like it's in the middle. So we're kind of going down. Look at the very bottom white line of this tennis ball. You know what I mean? So that white line that almost looks like that U shape that a tennis ball would have, right? We can kind of get into the middle. We can center it. See, like this is a little bit off center. Oh, there we go. A little bit off. Oh, there we go. So that is a use case for kind of using this instead. And again, let's be like very clear. So let's go right from the beginning, right? So like click, click, click. So that was 3 clicks, right? For that. So stamp tool. Click, click, click. So we are on 3 clicks each. The tennis ball, what it adds is that you would need to fill it in, but it's only that. Do you see that? So we literally saved 1 or 2 taps, essentially, or clicks. Taps if you're in handheld, right? You know? And so when we look at these now, though, the interesting thing is this is how you do it in pixel art, right? So like if people know pixel artistry and stuff like that, your circle is going to look like this. Doesn't it look kind of like jagged? You know, we're being a little bit obvious and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see. Corley was saying, okay, I get what you're saying, but it does also have arrows on the box around it to help center. Yeah, so like Corley is bringing up like the exact, you know, thing is that like the circle tool, there is nothing wrong with what the person said, right? It's just how serious they were, like, you know, they were kind of taking it like super seriously. And so Corley's talking about how this has a, right now when we're in this, like placing it down, we have a box, right? And so you have these arrows, you have the little like squares on the end of that box, right? And so you can kind of get your centering through this too. And so again, like we are, I think also with the tennis balls, like sizing, for instance, especially with Kirby here, you know, when you make the circle, it's a little bit smaller, right? The tennis ball is a little bit larger. And so if you're adjusting your size, you're almost going the same amount of clicks. You know what I mean? So that's why I think of this. I actually right now we're even talking about it more than I honestly think we need to. You know what I mean? So like it became like this very serious topic of, you know, and I think a lot of people online just, they sort of like to, what's a more like PC way of measuring a you-know-what? So I think they like to measure you-know-whats with each other and stuff. And so like I just don't play that game. So ultimately, you know, please do what you want, right? You know, but if you want to, absolutely, like go in here. If you make sure that you have the color first, then you don't even have to, like, if you really want to talk about saving clicks. But I think about Tomodachi Life as, sometimes people say, work smarter, not harder, right? It's okay to work harder in Tomodachi Life, you know, like, I think that if you're trying to get something that's, like, very design heavy, very, I don't really like to do realistic, but like, some people really want like super realism, right? Like photorealism is what we call it, right? Where it looks like it came from a photo in the game. And so like for me, that's not quite my style. I'm a little bit more either, in this case with Kirby, it was like making it look like Kirby's animation style, but throw your own thing in, everybody's an artist. If you just copy something exactly, like that's cool if you want it in your game, but if you like want to be kind of artist with it, give it your own flair, So thank you guys so much. It looks like Banana Log was saying some people think you have to be a good artist to enjoy and use the Palette House creations, which is not true at all. And so some people use, like Living the Grid. I cannot use Living the Grid. I don't know how to like do it properly. It just doesn't work for my brain, I guess. And so, Corley saying, yeah, at the end of the day, you just do what works for you. The point is to have fun and be creative. And so like, this is good. I think it's good that we talked about it, right? Okay, there's a stamp tool. There's the shapes tool, like that's very good to talk about it. It's just taking it seriously. That's the message, folks. That's the lesson, folks, right? Don't take it too seriously, just like do whatever you need to do. But the good news about talking about these things is what if you... Thank you so much for subscribing, Ricky Wright. What if you were thinking like me though, and you're like, oh yeah, dude, I completely forgot that this game has a stamp tool, So that's why it's good we talked about this, right? Because what if you guys forgot too? What if someone out there like forgot about this? Maybe someone just picked up the game and doesn't know. So this is good. That's why we covered this topic about circles. Now, the thing is, Kirby is not considered a perfect circle by this design, right? Like, we're a little bit looking at it not straight on. It's a quarter turn, right? So Kirby's looking this way. So for us here in the audience, it's looking kind of to the left. This way. So with that, we want a little bit more, like it's very close, to perfect circle. It's just we're giving it a little bit more, I guess, definition to a circle, right? So some of this is like a little bit skewed towards the way that we want it. Like it's a little bit heavy on this side, over here. And so the next part that I was going to talk about was definitely about considering layers and things like that. This is where it's like, I think I can preface this part by saying definitely, you can work around doing layers. You can do them quote unquote out of order, but I wanted to show you guys a different creation for that. Just before we go, I do want to appreciate some of the detail that went into Kirby. I think some of this gets lost sometimes, so we did cover this in our previous one before we step off of Kirby though. But if you're like brand new to it, we're using the pro mode, I guess, here in the creator, and what that means is just you go to this gear, and it's like change mode. Easy mode. See how we don't have as many of the options here in easy mode? But then when we go to pro, that's where we get, for instance, the shapes tool and stuff like that. Text, whatever it didn't have. And so, anyway, part of that also, I look at this. And this is really cool because if you're also doing the circle and you're not going to outline the whole thing, if you're going to outline the whole thing, why not use outline, right? Work smarter, not harder. Again, I said it doesn't always apply, but like it can certainly apply. And so like, yeah, you just use outline. I don't even have to be on it like right here. I could be way up here and start outlining. See, it's outlining it in orange. Do you guys see that over on the left side? Orange-ish yellow. So you see that? So that would be the obvious way. But let's say we're not outlining the whole circle. Maybe we already did that or whatever. We want this right here. Like, this is supposed to represent... The reason it's lit from below is because of the star, right? Kirby's riding a warp star. It's very bright. And so it's lighting from below. And so, like I say, like if you're Corley or something, you may be like really good at this sort of thing. I'm pretty new to it. And so, like, I know that there's a few things that I probably missed, or like it's not like incredibly accurate. So again, like I really want to be clear that I'm not trying to be the authority on like all art and stuff, but definitely in like video games and stuff like that, I feel like I use, some of these systems so much that I just like start learning them and whatnot. X Brittany says the blending shade tool helps a lot. I use it on my creations. Oh, Zelda themed island. That is great. Welcome on in to anybody who's coming on in here. Yes, this is a live stream currently and will become a produced video or whatever. So depending on how you're watching. Anyway, so with that, we just went with Kirby's kind of more pink shades, to make that brighter and brighter. Now, if you wanted it, I'm sure that like artists could tell you, so maybe Corley can, let us know if she wants to, or anybody else that's an artist in here. But one thing you can do is you can either go to smooth or straight. So I'll go I'll do this straight right here. So straight, you guys know what that is, right? Like, so we can literally draw like a straight line if we want to. Like right now, you see how it's not, we're like holding A and we can hold it and kind of make it into a line, So you guys know what the straight tool is. It sounds weird saying straight tool. Oops. Let's go into our color range here. So, you might, since the warp star is so yellow, the light that comes off of it might actually be a little bit blend of yellow and pink and stuff like that. So like a true, very good artist at drawing or painting may know this better than me, like I say, but like, let's say we're using this straight tool. So we're not going to go all the way to here. But if we wanted to, this can work for perfect circles too. So that's why we're still kind of on topic. It's just like, let's say you're going to follow the circle, right? So Kirby's body is mostly a circle. So what we can do is we can use the straight tool and just kind of little by little. So I'm holding A, let go of A. Press, hold, let go. Press, hold, let go. Press, hold, let go. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? So like we can keep this going. Whereas let's say you did that all as one fluid motion instead of press, hold, let go, press, hold, let go. So press, don't let go. And you're trying to follow it. Oh, wait, it's a straight line. Like that makes perfect sense, right? So that's not going to work. So that's why I'm saying you go, press A, hold it, move it, let go. Press A, hold it, move it, let go. Press A, hold it, move it, let go. See how we're doing that? Like piece by piece. And so that's how, when you're talking about like a perfect circle, or you're talking about circles in general, to stay on topic, Corley's saying, yeah, that's what I do a lot. And so like, that's one way, especially if you're just kind of new, maybe you're not as confident, because let's do it by freehand, right? Which we can do. So like, we're going to not do straight right here, right? And so check this out. So like, I can use the D-pad to just go pixel by pixel, and it's okay. Like, look, I'm just going pixel by pixel, and maybe that goes faster, but look what I just did. I did not even mean to do that. So that's one advantage. So like, if you have the straight tool on, it's almost like keeping a ruler or something, right? It's like just kind of keeping you organized. And so that's, again, what I'm saying here is like, that's not the only way to do it, the straight tool or the smooth tool. So like, this is me just literally freehanding it, and I wouldn't use the joystick. Here's me gonna try with the joystick, which is a lot faster but less accurate. Look at this. What? I'm doing okay. But it's like, I'm still like kind of trepidatious, and going slow. Someone who's confident with it maybe would have done that just fine. But look, I kind of like messed up a little bit right here, and it's not a big deal. I mean, you could adjust that. So again, it's like nothing that I'm saying is like a huge deal, right? Like, oh, no, don't use this, use that. Like, I'm just kind of giving you guys the ideas, right? I hope that makes sense, right? So let's read what y'all are saying before we move on to the next one. Monster Trap on Twitch was saying, I'm learning from this. Thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you. Brittany, XX Brittany, was saying, I do use the straight tool for drawing. It's quicker and easier than doing one pixel at a time. IRL, I oil paint, draw, etc. I started posting those. Okay, nice. So Corley's like, yeah, that's what I do a lot. I think we read that. Banana Log said, I should consider that technique. Again, that's why some of these stuff may be like super obvious to one person, and then another person's like, oh yeah, like, please, like, nobody's bad at art. Nobody's the master or the king and you must listen to them, like anybody purporting that like you must listen to me and my art strategy, that's bull, you know what I'm saying? So here's actually me creating it. You see that the item's called TLM, TLMN. So that's actually the name of my album is They Like Me, They Like Me Not. So this was an album that I made when I was back in college. This would have been like the days of the dinosaurs, approximately. If we're just thinking about it, like probably the Jurassic period, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time. And so we're going to go kind of edit in on this. It's not done yet, but currently, it looks a little bit creepy and stuff like that. And of course, the real artwork does look a little creepy, so like it has this like superhero and super villain thing. And what I did, I actually think that the album design is like not wonderful. There's like parts of it that I like, but looking at it now, again, that was 2008 and 2009 that I was working on this, right? So like, dude, it's 2026 when we record this and when we go live. Like, I am way different. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Corley's like, yeah, right before the asteroid hit. Yeah, listen, some of my brothers and sisters got fucked up in that asteroid. Okay, I should stop cursing so much. But forgive me taking a drink here. And so the cool thing of the cool thing is, so like, you know, I'm kind of saying like, oh, yo, this was like so old and I probably would do it different nowadays. Like, I think I would probably do it better. But back then, I took all these pictures of when I wrote my lyrics, right? And it's very chicken scratch, especially when I'm writing lyrics. First off, I don't have like great handwriting as it is, let's be honest. And now I'm old, so my fingers shake and whatnot when I'm writing. It sucks. It sucks so bad. But anyway, back then in college, I didn't have like the best handwriting, but it's very chicken scratch when I'm writing lyrics, and that was okay for me. And so I just kind of took pictures and pieced them together like they were just all on top of each other, like straight up in a mess, right? Like it was almost a pile of pictures, but it was in Photoshop, right? So here's one. Brittany's like, Lamau, I'm ancient also. 34 millennial. Yeah, I'm 39 years old. So I'm not quite elder millennial, but I might as well be. Might as well be close to that. And Banana Log was like, exactly. People have their own ways of drawing or doing art in general. And I think that's what makes art so beautiful. Like, that's the thing is like, also, you know, in Tomodachi Life, like, dude, if someone's like, no, you have to do it this way. It's sort of like the dude that was like so confused about me using the tennis ball and stuff like that. It's like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, it's not that serious, you know. So everybody should just, if what I'm saying is helping you, that's what it's all about. I'm not saying create something like how I do, you know. Corley was like, I like the concept. A modern rendition could go hard. I think that's it, Corley, right? Is like, this is very like kind of somebody who just learned how to use Photoshop, which is true. I was just learning, you know. So anyway, trying to create this in Tomodachi Life, this is where we can talk about layers. And so I think that the psychology of layers, it's a little bit interesting in this, like using this as this artwork as the barometer. So let's like move this. So I still have a few more things to add, but this made a lot of use of the text tool. Now the text tool by itself, let's see, you guys, like let's just say, hi, I'm ancient. So you guys see this right now, how this is gonna go. So if you look at the text by default and their font and stuff, it looks kind of neat, right? Like, hey, that's good handwriting. Doesn't look like handwriting. But what's great about this works out perfectly, right? When we start going really small with it, look at that. Now you can barely tell. It's like, it does say, hi, I'm ancient. You can see that. Okay, let's like increase it. All right, looks okay. Nope. Okay, now it looks like chicken scratch. So that's what it's supposed to be, right? By the way, I do want to tell you guys that I wrote a song called The Bad Guy before Billie Eilish had Bad Guy, okay? So up here in the corner, you can actually see where this little text arrow is. It says The Bad Guy. Looks like the bad boy right now. Trust me, this says The Bad Guy. So I had a song called The Bad Guy. Again, this was 2009, so Billie, I hold the copyright on that. Listen, I like Billie Eilish, it's fine. But, anyway. So, that's what I kind of ended up doing, right? So to start this out, I sort of thought like, alright, there's going to be lots of different layers. If you look at this like kind of semi-bad Photoshop job, with all of those pieces of paper that have the lyrics on them, they are different shades to some degree. So like maybe up here where the bad guy is at the top, let's grab an arrow here so you guys can see. Up here it's a little bit darker, over here it's a little bit lighter as it gets on. So try to imagine this thing. If you have Photoshop, this is great because you could actually like literally just turn off the layers, you know, and just like do it. But in general, you don't have to do this all. You don't have to do this all the time, okay? But in general, if you want a good starter rule of thumb, do the bottommost thing, right? So imagine it as a Photoshop layer. It's like layer, like there's top, middle, bottom. So like get to the bottom, right? Just if you have Photoshop, literally turn the eyeball and like make all the layers invisible so you only see the bottom, you know? You could literally do that and like that would help, right? So if we're imagining that though, let's say we don't have something that's photoshopped, you know, it's an image we took online or something, I don't know, whatever it is, and you're just like, damn, this is complex, where do I start? So it sounds a little obvious, but yeah, like start from the bottom, now we're here, right? And here's the thing, it's okay. It's okay if you, let's say, made me first, like here's me as a villain, you know, and here's me as a hero down here. And so let's say you did that first. It's okay. You can still, you know, you can go around it, you can delete and stuff. All we're talking about is like kind of more ease of use. We're talking about, again, the psychology of this. So the psychology would say like maybe it would be a little bit easier if we start on the bottom, because let's say you are then doing this, they like me not. If you remember, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys, I had the image on the whole time. It's blocking you. Because now I want the image. It says they like me not right there in horrible, like, look at that outer glow. Straight up beginner Photoshop, like outer glow here. That's what it was. I was a beginner. But anyway, yeah, so like, let's say you did want to capture that outer glow, but you want the words beneath it. I actually didn't do that. So look at this. It says Rule the World. That was the name of that song. It was part of the villain side of the album and stuff. And this is all listenable, by the way. You can go listen to this on Dr. Kendall Music. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying Dr. Kendall Commentaries. It's at DrKendo Music. Anyway, Corley was like, you walked so Billy could run. Yeah, he said start with the cake before the icing and the toppings. Right, it's like you don't want to put the topping on and then like try to put the cake underneath some toppings or whatever. But like, what if there was a situation where you like had a cake and then you did a topping, but then you're like, wait, no, I need to go back and do something. Like, so it's not the end of the world in this case if you do. So here's where I kind of like forgot it. You can see where I didn't forget it, because right here, the lyrics are covered. You know, so I did those lyrics first, right? Like I typed in right there. So if you look back at the picture, you know, you can't see them too much, but the outer glow does have a little transparency. Right about in there. So you could probably see some of the words. So I could go back in with like a dark yellow if I wanted to, you know, like a really kind of off and nasty ass yellow, and I could probably type something in here. This is just random right now. We're not keeping this, but it's like if you wanted it to kind of be like it was transparent in there, you probably would go a little bit lighter than this, and so we can use the, you know, this is fine, right? Like, so we can do this. Let's say that we wanted it to be like the outer glow was transparent over it. Okay, that's a little dark, so we could go like this, right? So I just went into the color range. So you see how I am creating extra steps for myself, but it's no big deal, right? I mean, like, if somebody was like, you made that so much harder on yourself, maybe not, you know? But like, look, now it kind of looks like, yeah, there was like a transparent layer. Could even go a little bit lighter too, you know? So now it looks like there was transparency there. So that's a use case, or that's like a thing, I guess, to say where, okay, the psychology was we wanted to start with the lyrics on the bottom, right? We're starting with the bottom layer. So that was probably like one of the first things in Photoshop that you see is the bad guy and the lyrics for it and stuff like that. And then I did the outer glow at one point right here for they like me not. But specifically right here for they like me. But then we maybe would want a little bit of transparency and have some of the words beneath it. So that's what we did. So that was a case where we could do the bottom layer first, then the next layer, and then go back, you know? So it's almost like we do have a layer underneath one that we've already done. But that's the interesting thing about like just talking about the psychology of layers is it's like it's not dire, you know, if you really mess up and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that first, you know? That's what's great, you know? So like, I love that it's not completely dire, you know? So let's say you did do something first. There was an example of where we did this layer first, they like me, and we had the outer glow. So let's say we needed to do, oh man, I forgot, which I did actually. This is very true. I did forget there are some lyrics and stuff in these spaces and whatnot, and I got way too ahead of myself and just went with everything I was doing to see if the design was going to even be possible in any good way. And so we could still do it, right? So like, okay, let's say I want some more lyrics right here. Yep, the great Dr. Kendo lyrics, 57. And look at me forgetting my colors here. So we do want black for that. I might go even like, it's a little bit almost fitting in with that purple theme of the background. Oh my god, you guys, can y'all tell me when I have the image? Dude, I've been covering up the whole thing with the image. God, I'm such a dope. Okay. Why did no one tell me? Do I need to go over everything I just did? I don't know how long I was covering with the image. You guys seriously didn't see, like, any of that I was doing. Dude. You guys, feel free to tell me. Bro, you have the image on there. Okay. So, anyway. Look at that, right? It went over the hair. We don't want that, right? So, it's not a huge deal. Like I say, everything is not... It's not like so dire of a situation. So what we would do is we would just take this kind of base color of the blue hair right there, and we could use the fill tool and just go over those. Now right there you might actually have caught, that may not be the full pattern of the spikes, so you would need to kind of go in, spiky hair that is, and just use like this, and then maybe I need to use, I don't know if that's exact, but here let's do like, might be like that more so. So you see how we just got in that text right there, and it wasn't that big of a deal, right? We just did it. Even though the layer was in opposite order that we wanted. We wanted the layer to be, okay, bottom first, text first. So again, just kind of drilling that point home before we get off of that topic is just like, all right, with layers, it's all good. Start with the bottom now, you hear? But if you don't, you can still make do. It'll just make your job a lot easier. It's also like when you're getting around the details of like a face or a, you know, some kind of just object that you've also painted on and stuff like that. Well, it's like you can just literally zoom in and just go by like pixel by pixel to fix something, you know? So like, here, look, okay, we did it. So that's what's kind of cool, is you can be a little messy with it, right? So we could do text just to re-show that. Because I think I was covering up the picture. But right here, okay, we got some text. Oops, I went over the face. I know this is very, like, obvious. You're like, duh. But let's say we wanted the text there, but we didn't want it on the face of this guy. This villain, Dr. K. So, we can go on in here. Take our fill tool, eyedropper tool. Just kind of go over each thing. It's like, yeah, it's a little annoying. But, look, didn't take us that long, right? So right here, watch, if you filled this whole thing, nope, that's not what I wanted, right? So you'd go in, just take one single pixel. Easy, right? So there you go. The psychology of layers. Not too bad, huh? But one thing that I did not include yet, and I was aware of this, is just this text that says Dr. Kendo here in the corner. So I did want that. I was going to fill it with some more text once the things were done, so the text that I've already done just here in this lesson is fine too. We can keep it, even though it doesn't even, it literally doesn't say anything, like it's just like, but yeah, let's go, check this out. So we'll do, whoops, Corley saying dubs. So let's just, we're going to get it for the color, and then I'll take the picture away. So let's go into color range right now. So we'll type Dr. Kendo. And if we want to like keep looking back to it, it's like kind of down here with the lyrics. It's sort of in, you said I didn't realize how scary villain Kendo is in the original. Yeah, look at that. It's creepy. It's got like, it's got like a little bit of Sigma, but I did this like texture here. Whoopsie. I did this like crackle, whatever they call that. It's like, looks like a rock or something, like the thing. Right there. So yeah, it is creepy, you know. And that was also me in college, different bone structure, different hair to some degree. Now I just don't have it gelled or whatever. But Lightbulb was like, I hope Mifum has a crush on me in the game. Not yet. Okay. But yeah, so it would be like around here, and the good thing is we can just type text. So let's do, you said it looks like something you draw. You do it much better, of course, than college me, but probably even current me, right? Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Your take on they like me not, right? You can make such great album art. I'm gonna try to do some kind of album art, of course. Toasty was saying, are you making the limited edition Dr. Kendo album? This is one from college. So anybody who's just now joining, we're almost done with like the quote-unquote lesson portion, like the tips portion of this stream. And so Toasty was like, this looks so good. Here's the real picture. Thank you for that, Toasty. I made this album art when I was in college, and I was like starting, you know, the lesson portion of this saying like, you guys, I would definitely not create this album art like this. You know, this was like when I first started learning Photoshop. It was like 2008, 2009. I finished the album in 2009. But anyway, let's see. Justin was saying, hey, Dr. Kendo, why'd you do a sad face? But, anyway. Did Lightbulb say they were siblings? I didn't think they were siblings. I don't know, though. If they are, yeah, let's please not, like, be talking about incest and shit. You know what I mean? Sorry for cursing so much, you guys. Okay, we'll curse when we start the streaming part. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, the text part's pretty simple, so we don't need to, like, focus too much on this. But, for instance, I would start it like this, and this is maybe a psychology of layers to some degree, but, like, you guys know that the text is, you know, double color. That's really easy in Photoshop. In Photoshop, it's like, hey, we got Mixie up in the jet. No, it doesn't say that in Photoshop. But what's going on, Mix? In Photoshop, you can just do like that gradient, you know, the gradient overlay and stuff, and you can just overlay a color like super simple. In this, it's not quite so simple. If you really wanted to blend it, I think you should if you just like want to take the time. But what I'm going to do right now, we probably won't finish this today or anything like that, but like, you could go pixel by pixel, right? So we want Dr. Kendo to have red on the bottom half, kind of orangish red. And so you could, again, pixel by pixel, right? So I'd be going like this, that. Quicker way, obviously, is just stop it right here, stop it right there, fill tool. You wouldn't have to do this like a billion times like I did just now. So here, let's do it faster for this one. Whoops. So you guys see that? If I didn't screw up right there, it actually would have been even faster. So check it out, you guys. See? See how quick we're doing it? Nice and easy, right? And so the thing is, this should be like probably when I do the full design of it or whatever, like, you know, when we're off the stream, probably I'll finish it up. I'm going to do like a slight outer glow to it, but we're also going to blend. And the way we would blend into this is covered in the blending and shading tutorial or tips video. It was a live stream, like I said. I know Banana Log was saying if you could make it like a produced, edited video, that'd be great. It, right now, I probably won't, like, I feel like I would need to, like, hire an editor for this. I'm like, I've never had enough money for an editor in my life until, like, maybe just recently. But without an outer glow or something like that, or a shadowing, you know, it looks kind of lost. Like, look. Now we can see it, but like if you zoom out, like it looks kind of lost and unintelligible. So I think it would be good to do like a lighter layer out there. But to blend it, you know, this was all covered before, but I'd probably go something like, you know, I'd go a little bit more towards this side of the palette. And then we do like a lighter color, you know, or darker color, depending on how we're going to blend it, right? So you see, that's like very close together. You could do something more drastic if you wanted to get like closer to blue. You know, you'd maybe start heading towards like purple or something, or, you know, and again, I think like someone like Corley could like really teach us really well on this. You go something like darker, you know, so it's like, what are you trying to blend it to look like, you know? So I'd like refer, in this case for me, I refer to this Photoshop and it looks like it goes darker as it blends into the blue. And so really, even if you have like an image like this to reference, I would get as close to that color as I can. It looks almost like gray. Do you guys see where the like D, the R, the doctor, where the blue goes into this like reddish orange? It looks almost, here, let's get the arrow for you. See, like right around this point? It totally looks like it's almost like a gray. And that's why the purple kind of looks okay, to be honest. But yeah, I'd go like a little bit more. You know, and then you could do another layer too. So like, let's say, kind of getting close. This is where it's going to be like blending into the blue much more. So let's do, you know, so like that would probably be it. is like blending into these. Let's... I'm trying to zoom in on it, and it's not getting to the D part of the zoom in. And so what you'd really want to do is have these in your palette of colors, so you don't have to keep going back and... There. You guys see what I mean? Mixie saying it's so real. You said gradients are so hard in pixel art. I think Corley brings up another good idea with that to say is that, like, if it doesn't look, you know, just like your photoshopped picture or whatever, you can probably use living the grid or whatever and get it, like, closer than I am. But you guys already know I'm, like, not very good with living the grid. I just am not. Whoops. And so, like, for me, I would do something that, like, doesn't look so accurate, right? Which is fine, isn't it? Like, isn't it fine that this doesn't look just like... Oh, you guys, I had it again. You were supposed to be seeing what I was doing. But yeah, isn't it fine that I have something that doesn't look just like this photo, you know, exact, right? Like, it shouldn't look just like it literally was copied and pasted into the game. No, like, it should look like I drew it, right? Like, I did it, you know? Shouldn't look like I just kind of, like... Literally. That's what living the grid would do, though. If you want a literal, like, spitting image, you know, you want just literally what you see is what you have on there, then you would go probably, like, living the grid. You'd go some kind of tracing method, you know, stuff like that. But no, like, I literally tried to freehand this, you know, as much as possible and not do any of that. And it's just like Corley's saying, you know, to be fair, in game, it won't matter if it's exact because, yeah, I mean, they're going to be holding it. They're going to be moving it. You're not going to see it that much, like... So, that Sentinel says, hello, that looks so cool, thank you. This was my album art when I was in college. The album art is not great. I would do it much different nowadays. That was the great late Cretaceous period, Mixie? When I was roaming with the dinosaurs, right? So when I was in high school and college, you know, Jurassic period, Cretaceous, somewhere around that time. No one really knows. But, whoops. Now that we're here, why don't we just, like, finish this off? Does that sound good to you guys? Okay, let me not do this again. Thank God I'm checking now. Half of this tutorial, I feel like I was covering up the Tomodachi screen with the picture. But I want to thank you guys for saying it looks amazing. And listen, like I said at the start of this tutorial and stuff, like, I am not, you know, the art master. Like, first off, don't listen to me and be like, that's how I have to do it. Listen to me only for, like, oh, yeah, that's an idea. You know, oh, yeah, like, I could do it that way. You know, these are all just ideas. These are just tips, right? Tip doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Tip doesn't mean, yes, you must. Like, this is the end-all, be-all of art. No, like, I think a lot of artists know that, hey, you know, Van Gogh created one way, right? Van Gogh did paintings where he used a ton of the paint, and it was coming off at you. You know, when you look at the canvas, the paint was just coming towards you. It came alive. But someone else who paints may want it to be, like, literally flat, or, you know, maybe don't do their textures the same way as Van Gogh, right? So it's just like music, you know, like, I make rap rock, like, you know, Taylor Swift at one point did country, and then she, like, did pop. You know, so it's just like, dude, like, everybody does their own kind of thing. And so I just hope that, like, you're learning, because this is a video game, and we're using a different tool set. Art is one thing, and the psychology of art is one thing, but doing it with the tools that the game allows and has at its disposal is different, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much. If you are watching this as a live stream, we are now going to kind of, like, transition it over to just playing on the island, you know, so there is still going to be stream. But if you are watching this as a produced video, it's going to be edited down or whatever. So thank you so much for viewing, and please click an end screen on screen and check out another one, because we do have other tips like this. And if you want me to do it once a month, let me know. Peace. So like I say, you guys, just stick around, chat. So yeah, stimulating and aggressive, that's what I did, because I didn't know what the things are for, like, a rap rock album or whatever in Tomodachi. But now we can finally play the game. So you guys, let me get back into the chat, and I'll be a lot closer to the chat now, okay? So I hope you guys are doing well. I love you guys so much. Thank you for doing stuff like that. You know, it is a different pace from our usual streaming and stuff like that. But just like we're all saying, I thank you guys so much for caring for Justin Martinez, who's saying Maria is in the hospital, so I'm so sorry about that. Mixie was like, what? Why did I just join and the first thing I hear is invest? Oh, he said incest. Damn, that's late. Or that was earlier. Because, yeah, I think Corley was like, wait, did you guys say that? Yeah, are you? Lightbulb, if you're me phone sister and whatnot, please don't be doing that shit. Incest, just like, there's like no way that that's right. I feel like, you know, it just makes a lot of people uncomfortable here. And it should. But anyway, Banana Log was like, I know I said it earlier, but I couldn't figure out living the grid either, so it's alright, Kendo. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, some people may love living the grid. That's great, you know. I totally encourage that. Anything that, like, helps you create in this game, I'll say go for it, you know. So I don't got nothing wrong, like, no personal stake against living the grid. But yeah, Mixie, thank you so much. She was like, that looks amazing. So thank you. You're like, I'm such a perfectionist. It's so hard to fight against that and just make something already. Yeah. I think that's another point, right? You bring up like a really good point. Sometimes you just gotta create, right?
Red light.
What up, Lens?
Green light. Red light.
How you doing, Lens? Vashon.
Green light. Red light.
They always get me there on that third one. Yep. I knew they were gonna do that.
Green light.
Boom.
Well done.
Owned them with my feminine hands.
You win.
Well, thank you. But Linz, or anybody that's like, yo, I haven't been here for the past few streams and stuff, it's okay. It's okay. You guys know we love it when you're here, right? We love it when you're here.
Pick one.
But please, you know, for me, the best thing is if you guys are living your, I guess, we could say best life, but really just kind of living your life, right? Like, your life may sometimes involve me, and I'm so blessed for that portion of your life that you give to me. But if it doesn't involve me, you may be, you know, taking some great strides to improve something in your life, you know, and that'd be great. I wouldn't want me to be stepping in the way of that. The Banana Log said, honestly, I agree, Kendo. If someone uses Live the Grid, great. Personally, I could not figure it out. And Toasty was saying, where can I listen to the album you made just now, like in the game? So, you guys, we do have a music channel. It's actually been a little bit neglected, so I'm a little sad to say that. But it is Dr. Kendo Music. It's literally not to try to like get numbers on YouTube or something. It was like literally a channel where I was like, here's all the music in one place. Some people are just like, dude, I love when you did this song. I love when you did that song. You know, like, and so I was like, here's a place where they're all in one place, just the songs, right? So you can listen to it on Dr. Kendo Music. It's a full album stream of They Like Me, They Like Me Not. You can also hear the first album that I did that we uploaded, which was Take It or Leave It. I did do an album before that I don't know if I should upload. It's called Black Mass Surgeon. That was when I was first starting rap, and it's not great. It's okay, but it's not great. Anyway, the chronological order would be Take It or Leave It, Armageddon, and then They Like Me, They Like Me Not. And then, you guys, hopefully after the summer, there's gonna be a new one. There's gonna be a new album. I'm hoping you guys are gonna love this if you like my music. God, it's gonna be fucking great. I can curse now, okay? So yes, we have now moved on to the portion of the stream that should be, you know, probably a little more, I don't know, 16, 17 plus. I don't know. I would say 15 is fine, but there was a 15-year-old in here one time who was like, why would you do this? Why would you say that? You know. But yeah, Lynn said, been doing good. Finally had free time to watch. I so appreciate that. Thank you. And Lightbulb said, tomorrow I'm going to the Netherlands. From tomorrow to Sunday. Man, I hope you enjoy that. That sounds wonderful. Corley. Oh my gosh. She said, Kendo, you improved my Mixie. Saying same. You guys. Y'all are so... I can't get over how good you guys are to me. You're too good. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it, but... y'all actually make me feel like I deserve it, which is crazy. I never would have said this shit if y'all had met me in the past, dude. I never would have said, damn, Steve Harvey walking a long way, running a long way for Crystal.
We haven't met yet.
He's like, show me Crystal!
My name is
Corley said, I want to make music so bad. Listen, Corley, do you want like a buddy? You want to make music with me? I did just want to tell you guys, it is a bit of a secret, actually. I didn't want to reveal this, but I did tell Corley and Mixie that I was going to do this, so I should tell everybody probably, but was going to wait on the announcement because, you know, this is going to take a while. But when the album is all done, there's going to be a final song, and it's not going to be on the track list. It's going to be like a secret song, okay? And the secret song is going to be a song that all of you can feature on. So if anybody is a rapper, if anybody is a singer, if anybody's both, then you can have a verse or a bridge or some part of it. So if you want to like sing on my song too, that does mean you have to be brave enough to send me your acapella. You know, when it like you can record it. I'll send you the file, right, for the song's instrumental, but you are gonna need to send me the vocals isolated because that's the way it works. So, you know, listen, it's completely fine. It's completely fine. Okay, you guys, what do you guys think Steve Harvey, you know, when he's greeting, he says, "Show me a greeting." Should he say something? But yeah, Toasty's right. It's like a bonus track. Let me go back up and read this. Yeah, Toasty said, all right, I'll check out the music sometime. I hope you do, man. I really... Yeah, Lynn's is saying, I didn't know you made music. I gotta go listen. So this is what I was gonna say to Toast, and then I read that, and so now this is perfectly fitting, is that Dr. Kendo started as like a musician. It was a stage name, right? And so Dr. Kendo was my name since like high school or whatever. Probably nowadays I wouldn't put the doctor in front of it because now everybody asks me about the doctor thing. But, you know, like if you're starting rap and stuff like I did in high school, and I like to call it rap rock because it's not just rap. Like, dude, there's a lot of singing, there's a lot of like vocal expression in it and stuff. So it's not just like rap. Of course, rap is in it, but like it's an unknown genre. Really, that's what I think. There's my beautiful wife. Damn, she's so gorgeous. She's just walking outside. Yeah, can you guys hear her? She's like, you guys talking about me on the stream? We're talking about my music. But yeah, can you guys help me with a Steve Harvey expression while I'm ranting here? Something that he might say when it's like, when sad, when angry. Show me pissed off! Should be that. But yeah, so I started back in high school and I sucked. It was just horrible music, but I mean, it wasn't like completely horrible, but you know, you have to make some bad music too. But anyway. But yeah, that's what you know, I was thinking of a like rap stage name and I was like, yo, something with doctor in it, you know, because it's like Dr. Dre, yeah, like Mixie saying. Okay, but let me finish that thought. It's not too much longer now. I was just gonna say that like that last song, you know, it'll probably have my wife on it. It'll have like any of you guys that can sing, or if you can rap, you can like do a verse, or you can even just do like one literal sentence if you want to just have a bar, you know, like, because, you know, you could just do a bar, but like if you imagine the Beastie Boys, right? Like the Beastie Boys did that a lot, where it's like, okay, maybe Ad Rock will sing this part and then Mike D will sing this part, you know, and it's like, so it's like one sentence, boom, and it just goes together as like a full thing. So yeah, it's like if you just literally want to have hype in the music, you could just be going like, hey, you know, yo. You could just be a hype, like whatever you want to contribute to the song. Survey says hello. Survey says, too bad we did greeting, because that's good. Should it be survey says? I feel like Steve Harvey didn't do as much of the survey says, though. He's always like, show me this, you know, show me happy. Hey, what's going on? Andrew Martisius says hi, buddy. Cool, dude. Corley said, is your music on Spotify? So you do have to pay to have your music on Spotify. I do, though. I do pay for They Like Me Not to be on there. So that is the album that's on there. Not all of my music, though. Probably the new album I will get onto Spotify, though. I think it's worth it. It's something like, it's a little bit over like $10 a year for a full album. So whoops. And prices might have changed nowadays, because I'm referring to the prices of probably when Spotify like was first existing. Show me pissed off. Oh my god. That's great. Let's see. Corley said, tell her she's beautiful and we love her too. I'm sorry. I didn't. I should have. Lynn said I'd love to sing in a secret song. So yeah, you guys be looking at that for the Discord. So that's how I'll kind of coordinate this with everybody that wants to be a part of it is, you know, we'll have an announcement. This will probably be at the very end of the summer. My goal would be to finish this album either during the summer or just as it's like ending, basically, you know, in August. So you guys let me know. Also, I think right now we'll do requests every Wednesday, maybe. Let's see. Requests for me to pat your me's head. Feel free to say. So I'm giving me head pats, so if anybody wants some petting, we'll get some light petting going on here. Mixie, though, is like, I really want to be in that song. It sounds so fun. Yeah, Mix, it's going to be great. We'd love to have your voice on there. By we, I mean I. But everybody. Zing, ding, 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 ding. Smart socks. Zing, ding, 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 ding. Cookie and me are a little better. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's see. Mixie with that me.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mix. Some nice pets. Good, Mixie. You're such a good person. There we go. She really liked that. Hopefully that didn't sound creepy being like, good, Mixie. Okay. Probably just made it creepy. Let's see. Alright, we got some more head pats coming into cheat. Banana Log's like, I fear if I sing, it's gonna sound like that Clock Strikes 12 Midnight Arrives meme from Foggy TikTok. I don't know that one. Banana Log, I need to hear that. I probably don't, but I need to hear that. The thing that was horrible was when I taught my son yesterday. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. I was teaching him that bullshit. Okay, let's see. Does Mixie have... Do you have a level up list? I think you do. You were one of the early ones, I think. Here you are. There we go. Let's see. So you got greets eagerly. We do have stand smug. Did you have a walk? Okay, you wanted leaning forward. There we go. Like life is just a shame. Like me. Mixie's like, not creepy. Not creepy at all, huh? Not creepy.
Oh, I feel a little different.
I feel a little different. Okay, you guys. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at one thing. Alright, let's get some more head pats going. So it looks like the next one in the list was Toasty. Whoops, you were right there. What up, Toast? Show me Toast!
Something you need.
I think it's something you need. Good, Toasty. Very, very good. Wonderful person. Thank you so much for being here. Did you have? Yes, you do. You came right after Mixie on here. We do need to do, I think, the expressions, because you say or whatever or something. Oh, is that supposed to say or whatever or something? Anyway. We do have it saying or whatever. Quirks, eat cautiously. I think I might have already done that. Yeah, we did that. Gifts, laptop, guitar. Mate, we might need more. Yeah. We need to give you the guitar, but after this, we don't have any more for you. So, Toast, if you don't mind, I'd say go ahead onto the Discord and edit your list to give us some more stuff, you know? We need some more. Let's see. We need to give Corley a pet now.
Or whatever.
Thanks, or whatever. Let's give a nice... croissant.
Yum.
So yeah, we're still giving out pets if anybody wants a me petting, a nice head pat, light petting. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, that looks like tumorous growths right there. Okay. Yeah, sorry, man. Okay, so, Toast, how do you feel about croissants in real life? I don't know, people could hate a croissant thinking it's like the worst thing ever. Alright, so Corley was next on that head patting game. Look at that. Corley showing off this. It says, spread the message of the pearl across the island. Because you guys, Corley really is just a pearl. She is a gem. Actually, she is Pearl from Steven Universe, the gem. Okay. Look at this. It's a bench head patting. Oh, yeah. Go, Corley. Go, Corley. You guys, Corley is amazing. She's always looking after us, you know what I mean? I feel like she probably doesn't like it, but she's Mama Corley. She's just straight up. I think she really cares about all of you, and I think that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you for caring. Thank you so much for caring. Sophie, you want some head pats? Okay, yeah, you did. Linz was the next one. She said, I would love a head pat. There was some good petting going on there. Straight up bench petting. Alright, let's see. So Linz. Man, Linz, sorry to interrupt the concert.
Hello, bestie.
It's for a good reason. What an amazing person Linz is, you guys. Been here even since before Tomodachi Life, living the dream, and I appreciate that. Very talented as well. Voice actress, musician, singer, everything. Let's get you some of that curry. Yeah, I know the Soldier Boy, so we could do the Soldier Boy. It's a pretty easy dance to learn too, so we could teach him that. Alright, Sophie's looking for head pats. Sorry, I'm just feeding everybody the food they don't like. I think we're just trying to get that out of the way, right? Give you food you don't like. Sorry to interrupt.
Hey, cool Tomodachi guy. Has anybody ever told you that your nose looks like Sonic the Hedgehog's?
Not lately, no. Okay. Alright, Soph, here we go. It's a restless head patting. Ooh, there we go. Perfect timing. Sophie. Great, great Sophie. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being at every stream. You guys, Sophie. Every single stream. She ain't missed one. She's the bomb B. Boom, that's dedication and that's love. That truly means a lot to me, you know? Banana Log was saying, I unfortunately know a lot of brain rot and stupid memes due to being chronically online, which I'm actively trying not to be chronically online, but listen, that's so real. That's so real. Alright, Lightbulb said, can I be next?
Hey, it seems like everyone on Kendalpolis is suddenly super into singing about Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia. Alright. Lightbulb, whoopsie. I'm going nice and slow with these. You gotta be, you know, gentle. You gotta be nice with the head patting. Look at that outfit, you guys. Isn't that sick?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, look at that. The cutely head patting. There you go. Light to the bulb ocean. Thank you so much for being here, being a sweet person.
You know, some people are easy to talk to, and others, well, aren't.
That is real. That is real.
Yum.
Mixie was like, I've never seen that before. Sophie was like, oh no. But yeah, Toasty said both or whatever and or something. My me, he alternates. Let's see. He doesn't like his own species of bread. Died over a croissant. Yeah, bread and the log. He died over a croissant. Let's see. Excuse me. Mixie said, Mommy Corley. Toasty said, I like croissants, especially the chocolate ones. Oh, damn. Wait, Taylor's got the pink? Yo, where Taylor Swift at? Yeah, you're right. Look at this. Who's she in love with?
I'm Taylor. I thought I had feelings for Nate.
Uh-oh.
My heart starts to race.
Oh.
without inklings. Who do I really
You
love?
guys. Dude. The thing is, Inklings has been at the streams a lot more. I don't see Jellius right now. Jellius, if you happen to be here, maybe speak up. Yeah, we can try to find that hair. Banana Log was like, Wormst? It makes you could call me mommy anytime. Yeah, because I guess if I say it, it's fucking sus. Like, hey, mommy. See, you sound creepy already. Alright. Migsy with that eye. Alright, you guys, I think we're going Inky. Ink was at the strip. Oh.
Inklings. Huh.
Damn.
It's no use.
Oh, okay, so Taylor's going against it.
Thanks for helping me realize just how strong my feelings are for him.
Yeah, no sweat, Taylor. Has some hope. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Yum.
Alright, so let's go to Ocean. And we will check on the hairstyle. I guess you still want the same color. You just want Corley's epic hair. Mixie with that dang! Yeah, that was crazy. Alrighty, guys. What's another... See, when she's greeting, she says, I'm Taylor, because it's so funny, because she'll, like, you know... She'll, like, put out a post on social media and be talking, and she's like, this is Taylor, by the way. Or, like, you know, like, hi, I'm Taylor, like, on her socials. And it's like, dude, we know who you are. You know? It's kind of great. So that's why I gave her, I'm Taylor. Trying to think how Taylor would... You know, usually her greeting is, I'm Taylor. She is eager, but I don't think it looks like that. What's funny is I feel like she does stand a little bit... It's not this bad, but like she does stand a little forward, you know? I feel like she does stand like a little bit forward. Oh, God. What would Taylor do?
I speak with a loud voice. I speak with a radiant voice.
We could make her dreamy. See the dreamy voice of a pop star? Let's do radiant. That'd be great. See, I'm starting to run out of ideas for her. I need to think about some, like, expressions she would make or something. Anyway, we're going to Ocean. It's just we're getting distracted by all this schnizzit. Alright, alright, alright. Ocean. It is I, Ocean.
Taylor's.
It's all about Taylor today, you guys.
My mind was else.
I'm Taylor. My Misha mid sentences with LOL. Nice, Corley. One of the best things, you guys, is if y'all ever have an idea like that and you have a list on the Discord currently, or if you don't have a list, you should make one. We need the list for level up once, but otherwise just edit your list, you know, like go to your post and edit that. That would help so damn much. Okay, so let's do edit. Man, we gotta find the Corley hair though. I don't know. Actually don't know which one it is by default. That's like I kinda know, but let's see. It's got a little wave to it, doesn't it? Mixie's like, I've missed a lot of streams, so could someone catch me up on if Corley and I... No, we don't have y'all married yet, but we do need to work on that, I think. It might be this hair, but I need to go back and look at Corley's me. So that might be... I might be bad for not knowing, like, by default. I think it's this one. You guys are friends. You guys are definitely friends, because y'all chased each other around in Mixie's rainy room. Y'all are friends for sure. Okay. I think it was that one, but let's go back and check. Yeah, looks like we got it. Wait, you said only change the bangs? I thought you said keep the bangs. Yeah, you said just keep the bangs, okay? I'm so confused, man. I'm so confused, dude. We gotta be very specific. We gotta be very, very specific. Anyway, Corley. Mixe. Check it out. Some interest, and then indifferent. Indifferent. What's up with Corley? Oh. Oh man, I thought y'all were gonna fall in love here.
It looks important.
I thought Corley was gonna keep walking.
Thank you. Try to be careful with it, okay? I'll take good care of it.
This is a true interaction between Corley and Mixie in real life. Well, that was it. Sorry, ladies. I'll keep trying though. Just right now you can't, because then they'll just like step right next to each other and nothing will happen. Alright. Let's see what's up with Maria. Light bulbs are going, G. Mixie's like,
I
no!
want to be friends with Toast.
Alright. Toast, you ready to get a
What
new
should we
friend?
talk about?
Let's see. Toasty, you still here, yeah? What you wanna talk about? Anybody can give other ideas, because I think a wiener, not a good idea. John Cena, decent idea? Yeah, Mix, I thought it was gonna be the crush scene, like where it was like, do 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 do. Wanna talk about prison? Banana looks like better luck next time. False alarm, yep. Yep, sorry. Sorry. We could talk about Vegeta! The Prince of All Saiyans! Or we could talk about making food. Hey, what's going on, Melvin? You guys, Melvin Games Life up in the chat. Also, if anybody wants a like high quality screenshot, let's call it, of your me, you know, let's say you want to make it your profile picture or use it for something, I'll absolutely give you a direct capture high quality screen. Okay, yeah, we're not seeing Toast, so let's do, Toast isn't saying it. Let's do Minecraft then, because I saw y'all saying Minecraft. Whoop. Oh, you said I don't care what they talk about. Okay.
God.
You guys about to talk about some creepers? Show me dirt block!
Hey,
Just
Toast,
kidding.
do you feel like talking about
Yo?
Minecraft?
Sure. Tell me,
His face just,
Maria.
sure.
how much do you know about Minecraft?
How much do you know about Minecraft?
Like, so much.
Ah, Corley, we have not taken a
Study the
full
Minecraft rules every
island
night before bed.
photo.
Well, that's some serious dedication.
You guys, I think it's time.
I've always wanted to give
Sometime after
Minecraft
this,
a
let's
shot.
take that full island
Maybe one
photo.
day we can do it together, or whatever.
What would you guys think of? I used to do this on streams, is showing you music that I've made and see it from the back, like the end of the, I guess the standpoint of like, we could mute, you know, the music and just listen to the acapella, or you could hear like the different, you know, strategies and like things that I do with it, you know, the behind the scenes basically.
Or whatever.
Do you guys like that idea? I used to do that sometimes at the end of a stream. I'd do like a music session where it's just like 15 minutes of like showing you how I do the song, and we can like isolate one voice, you know, and show you how much goes into it. So yeah, let's take that full island photo after this right here. Oh, thank you, Mixer. She edited the list, and I saw Toast edited too.
Right here.
Okay, let's just put a fucking random street lamp right here. Sure, why not? Hope also wants a girlfriend, so if there is an eligible bachelorette that wants a girlfriend, Hope is looking for a me girlfriend. It's not gonna be the VTuber, but someone's gotta help her
Are
up.
you alright?
Let's see. Melvin was saying, sorry I haven't been joining streams, I've been busy promoting music.
And
Yeah, no, it's alright. I think everybody, I kind of said this at the start of the stream for anyone who missed it, but just like always remember, you guys, like,
real lifesaver.
my thing is mostly caring about y'all, right? So like, you know, if showing up to a Dr. Kendo stream gets in the way of just like improving your life in some way, or like taking care of something that really is needed, you know, like, never feel badly about that. Like, please take care of yourselves, you know? Please do. Does anybody want to change outfits, by the way? We have all this stuff. I mean, you could wear this nice silk sleeping cap. You could wear the kitsune. You could wear the mask. Look at this. Isn't that neat? I gotta let Tui in. Ugh. So yeah, you guys let me know. Does anybody want different clothing? Anybody out there? And then we gotta remember to take the island photo. Take the island photo. Corley said, can you make an outfit for me? I would be very bad at that. If you can help me, then we can. I mean, look at this. Isn't this beautiful, you guys? Have like a straight up sun dress. See, Corley, I think that could be a cool outfit. But I don't know. It's like, do you want to wear that? Alright, let's see. Toast, you're saying the random lamps in the middle of nowhere is the new I want a new hat from the 3DS days. Mixie said real toasty. And then you said, can you give me something plaid? Alright, man, let's check it out. Here's the outfits. They got plaid skirts, but you could also have the plaid pants. See, it's the punk. So yeah, maybe if you can definitely be specific, we do have this plaid flannel. I mean, if you want to look like some... I feel like this is like old dude. You guys, I can't dress like this myself. I'm an old dude, but I can't be dressing like these. Anyway, Sophie wants the boba tea outfit with the kitsune mask. Sophie, can you maybe tell me, Soph, can you help me with colors of both of those? Because yeah, we have like the kitsune can be, the white, we got black, we got yellow, we got red, we got blue, and then we got light blue, which is basically white, but it has, light blue streaks. Alright, Toasty was saying I'd like the punky cargo. And said, let's see. See, look, we have like all these patchwork. Oh, look, you have school slacks. There's green school slacks too. Yeah. Checkered cargo pants. So yeah, it looks like we don't have green yet. I'll get both this and this one in case you wanted the school one instead. Plaid flannel outfit 100% what my mom's husband wears on a daily basis, and he's old, so that's what I'm saying, Mix. If I wore that, you might as well just put me in the ground, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, pink fur boba tea. See, this is good. We gotta get our outfits set for the photo, you guys. The island photo. Okay. So yeah, she said pink on boba tea. Boba Fett. Light blue for the mask. Okay, here, before we forget it, let's get that for Sophie right now. Because I will so forget.
Hi. Pretty great day.
Oh, you want the whole outfit, Toasty? Okay, let's see, this. Yo. What was I thinking? Boba. Come on, Kendo. Holy dick. We got a lot of outfits. Isn't it not? It's not in there? It's gonna be here. What's going on, Michelle Ramos? What is happening? You saw a fight? I was wondering if that was a fight, to be honest. Man, Sophie did not like that one. I feel like you're not liking most of the stuff we give you. People were throwing things. We gotta check that out. See, we can never get to the photo because I just always get distracted. See, now we gotta go to the list. Let's see. Sophie's got a list. I don't know if we've made it through the whole thing. Have we made it through everything? So, there it is. Alrighty. Let's check on this. So, you have... Quirks flips out when angry. Yeah, we got that. We did do the raised eyebrows too, I remember. What is it? Eats quickly? Yeah, we got that. So, damn, we got all the quirks. Expressions? Yeah, we got all the expressions, Sophie. We do. Okay, so let's check on gifts. Please tell me there's something. Ballet DVD. Sophie, we may be running out here soon. Banana Log said, I do not know the actual consequences of drinking sea/ocean water for the human body. I am not a doctor. I will tell you guys, I may not know every last thing, but if you drink water from the ocean, it's salt water. So in that regard, like, salt water is going to draw the hydration from your body, right? So it's going to take away hydration. I studied, like, primitive survival, you guys, and so, like, some people talk about ocean survival and stuff. So some of this is, like, studied and stuff that, again, I'm not a, medical doctor either. I'm not, like, a professional on this, but I, like, know at least some degree. And then there's definitely the potential for a lot of bacteria. I mean, you're talking about usually like the protozoa and the all the different mitochondria and whatnot that can even be just on the ocean like surface, not even deep down. It can get kind of nuts because it's just think about getting giardia and shit. Like, you'll be literally and shit. Like, you will literally shit, and you will not feel good. So that's a definite risk. But I think the first risk would be the hypothermia, and hyperthermia. Probably more so hyperthermia, of course, if you're by the ocean in most cases. Hyperthermia, because the salt will draw that away from you. That's resources that your body's going to need, right? Water is just, like, so important in survival. Water is just so important. It's the life force of everything, dude. I can start a fire with, just minimal tools or whatever, like tools, like sticks and stuff. Like, so, you guys, I at least know some primitive survival stuff. So yeah, that's the risks. Okay, Corley was saying what level is Mommy? Crystal has a heart, you guys. Crystal's crushing on somebody. You're level 13, Corals. Oh, wait, sorry.
It's nice to just ponder.
You're level 13, Corley. Let's see. Toasty wants the punky cargo. Banana Log also saying it's wanting a drinking fountain or a vending machine on the beach. Like, bro, you're surrounded by water. Drink that instead. Don't drink ocean water. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Punk. Let's do punky. Show me punky. Dude, I'm whack, you guys. My brain. It is not working very fast today. The win is it ever. Okay. Punky. Yeah, this one. Alright, son. Show me Toasty.
I've got...
Yo. Don't let me forget.
Here we go.
We're gonna play this game over and over again.
Red light.
Yeah, Corley, I'm sorry.
Green light.
I don't mean to be awkward about it, it's just...
Red light. Green light.
It tripped me up when Mixie was like, she says she don't like that, and I was like, oh no, was I disrespecting someone that I care so highly for?
Green light. Well done, bestie.
You win, or whatever.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Mix, we get pink bubble. It just started raining so hard. Mix, you are in Oregon, right?
Pick one.
I shouldn't
or whatever.
fucking dox you, sorry. Okay, let's see. Small or... I forget what we picked last time, so let's just say small, medium, or large. Oh yeah, Mixie. We might have already done it, but unless it was girls and guys. Alright, we going small. Dude, that frog is so cute. Also, large. Let's give him the outfit. Kendo trying to run away.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Dude, I am crazy, you guys. I am so crazy. Yo, look at that. That is dope. Yeah, Mixie, I feel it. I just need to shut up. I'm sitting here saying all this shit. That frog is so cute, Sophie. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, Mix. Where's she at? You and Pikmin Fan are like besties in this. Y'all are always traveling together. Remember when Pikmin Fan went to space? Oh, yo. Oh, Mixie with the slash. Holy. That's nice. You gave him extra hair.
Shorty. Yeah.
That's how good you are.
Taylor Swift.
Everybody thinking about Taylor Swift. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Edit. Okay, that's what we did for dating preferences, is that it was all of the above, didn't we? Mixie said they locked me in a room. That could be fun, though. Depends what's in the room. Sophie's like, they locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats can be fun, though. And rats, you guys are like all talking like you know. Is there like a meme? I don't know. Y'all are like all finishing the sentence, adding on. Yeah, Mix, I don't think you guys have ever spoke. I don't think you've ever spoken to each other. Yeah. Toasty's like, how can a slice give hair? What black magic? Yeah. Hey, Mixie might know some black magic. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to travel, you can just let me know where. But let's get this photo done. I'm never gonna do this photo. Okay, photo. Photo tomo. Yep. Nari. Banana Log is like, not one of my many vocal stems, Corley and Mixie. Nari. Sophie's like, yeah, it's a meme. See, I don't know this shit. Alright, you guys. Should we get a vote? Should we do like... Should chat choose the photo format? Mixie says, I'm a witch. Remember Gruntilda on Banjo? You know, Banjo-Kazooie on N64 and whatnot? I love Grunty because I'm always saying, yo, you guys, I can't do female voices usually. But that was one that was... So that was Grunty. I can at least do the Gruntilda. Hey, what's going on? Mango time. Says, I like the field one. Is that this one? Clovers? I guess it is. I like the one with the grass. Okay. That's 2 votes for the clover, so I think we'll do it. I do like the school photo, too. One day we could do that. Oh, damn. You like the tiles. Okay. Everyone is gathering together. Tiles of the clover field. Okay, we could do both. It looks like it goes pretty fast. So here you go, you guys. If anybody wants to just screenshot that, that's fine. But I'll hopefully send this soon on the Discord. It is kind of neat with me at the center. I know that sounds self-centered, but it's like, well, literally. But it's like, you know, this is like my channel and my island, so it is kind of cool, like having me right at the center of it, and then it just like goes out. That's nice. Show me group photo. Okay. Choose shoot. Everyone. We'll do tiles as well. Whoop. Mixie's like, I don't like it personally because it's hard to see who's who. We'll get them both though. So if anybody wants to screenshot this now. I didn't know that they do some of them just as their faces. That's sort of crazy. I like my wife and I though, like sitting up there. That's nice. Okay, here we go. Mixie's like, it's not self-centered. I mean, I guess it literally is, but yeah, that's what I was saying. It is like literally. Quite literal, huh? Yeah, Corley, it formats them based on when the me's were added. So it's like me, then my wife, then my son, and then etc. Okay, you guys, I think we need to see what's up with Crystal because, remember, we've neglected this long enough. She's loving on somebody. Who's she into?
Hang with the chat. Oopsies. You caught me daydreaming. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Oh, yo.
On my mind all the time lately.
All right.
I knew it. I'm in love with Nate. I don't know. I want to shout it from a
Crystal would be cool. Like,
I'd love to
can you
go
imagine
on.
dating Crystal in real life? The one thing is, I think she would, like, want to bite you and shit. Which, listen, I mean, I'm down for a good bite sometimes, but I'm just saying she'd be, like, on your neck or whatever, like, kissing, and then she's just like, yum! And you're just like, ah, fuck! Yeah, this is also a hard one because I don't know. I feel like we don't have enough, like, Crystal. She'd probably greet energetically, right? Yeah. We'll do this one, actually. I'm gonna do eager. Mango said, how do I get the neon scene for everyone in the photo, Tomo? I
feel like
do not know. I thought it was just there.
more and more.
Maybe you have to get the dream. Where they're doing the Wotage. Yeah, mix, you know, that's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, nice little bite is okay every now and then. Depends on where, how, etc. I'm just saying, I think Crystal would, like, absolutely take a chunk out. She just looks like she would bite. She got fangs. Is this weird that I'm thinking about this shit? Poor Crystal. Sophie said, we already give my Miyawaki style. Trying to think of quirks to add to my wants list.
Hey there, bestie.
We gave it your me basically everything that was on your list already. So did you have a walking prior on your list? Let's see. Sophie. No. So it looks like we didn't. Pretty sure.
Yummers.
Yummers. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, you guys, I'd say probably about 10 more minutes of this, and then maybe we'll show you guys some music. I think that could be fun. To show you guys some music stuff. I like how Linz is just like sitting here like, everything's fine, but like, it's probably on fire. She's the this is fine
Hiya.
dog right now. This is fine.
Yeah.
Cuteness aggression. Corley's like, I love biting people. It's so sensory, if that makes sense. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Maybe TMI, you guys, but damn. I just like, I love my wife's thighs, so I'll fucking bite those. Damn, I'm crazy.
Hey,
I shouldn't talk about this on the stream, should I?
I don't usually get mad like this, but my talk with Linz really upset me.
Oh no. Man, after Linz and Mackenzie been such bachelorettes on the island, we need to get them. Maybe Hope should date one of them. She does have a crush on Mackenzie.
You know, I feel like you and
Uh-oh, too bad Hope's not here.
in that case,
Yeah, if anybody ever wants to call me a nickname, maybe you should put that in the level up wants list or whatever, because some of you guys, we haven't had you on the stream when they've said that, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what they would want to say, you know? Mixie said yes. Sophie said, I was asking cuz, I don't know, we gave you one before the channel was made. Yeah, you're right. We can check it though. We can check that. Mix says, dang, Corley saying Lamau. What happened? And Corley's like, that's based and real though. What, is it this shit that I said? What am I doing? I am crazy. My Brain. I was totally reading something from chat from Corley, so I went to her me. I was trying to go to Sophie's and check this out.
Glad I ran
Whoopsie.
into you.
Little
My name
quirks.
is Sophie.
Oh, Sophie's right. Look, we have walks cutely. Mixie, you don't have a nickname for me, but the question was, has it been... I don't know if it's
Good
been
afternoon.
said, like on a stream. I don't know if your me was like, I want a nickname for you or whatever. So I don't know. I'd say to be safe, you could put it, you know, to be safe. Man, the me's... Remember how I'm always complaining, like, there ain't no lesbians in the lesbian area? I mean, hey, at least we got Ophelia right now. I mean, Chow's son is hanging out here too, but... and then the men are here, waking. But look, now everyone's gathering outside of the area, so it's like too good to be you. Just can never get the lesbians. We try. Yeah, look at this artsy shot with the shower in the corner. I mean, really, aren't we all in a corner? And isn't life just one big shower? Sorry, I'm trying to be like nihilistic on purpose. Damn, it goes away too soon. I want to like, yeah, have that. Just like have rain. Mixie said, done. Nice. Too good to be you. Wish we could look at that more straight on, you know? Can't even look at it gay on. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I guess I just need some more tea drink. It's one weird thing about trying to have a soothing voice. Sometimes I guess I just go into high school. Me news, ladies and gentlemen.
Me News for May 13th, 2020.
Taylor Swift delivering the news.
We're here today with news of a mysterious creature that appeared just beneath the waters of Pendalpolis' eastern shore.
Oh, really?
It was dubbed the They Like Me, They Like Me Not monster due to the fact that its head resembles a They Like Me, They Like Me Not. For days now, crowds have been flocking to the beach to catch a glimpse of this potentially dangerous and, quite frankly, frightening creature. However, it was soon discovered that the creature was none other
Corley, it's
than
not the
Lawrence
fun
They
ones.
Like
I have,
Me Not stuck
you know,
on
good
his head.
tea too, but this is the
Countless singers
throat
along
coat.
The beach are doubling down, insisting it is a real
The
monster,
lemon,
and
like,
that
throat
they don't
coat.
need to rename their They Like Me Not monster pops. We asked residents for their reactions.
Can I make money off this somehow?
Are you filming me
Yeah.
right now? I'm innocent, I swear.
That's relatable, meat phone.
Thanks for watching.
I'm innocent, you guys.
I'm Taylor, and this has been the 1 o'clock
I'm Taylor.
News.
She's still introducing herself. Hi, I'm Taylor. You guys. Yeah. The fun teas are like the yogi tea, you know? Like the stress relief ones and stuff.
I want to be friends with Dr. Kendo.
Listen, who doesn't?
What should we talk?
Roasted bitches, of course.
Got it.
You said throat coat is a crazy name. Yeah, that is diabolical when you think about it. If you think about it that way.
Dr. Kendo,
They think of it as, you know, throat coating. Like,
do you feel
you know,
like
you are.
talking about-
It is supposed to be coating the throat with like the tea properties and stuff. But yeah, I get you. It's kind of like when somebody says like, I feel like Donald Trump or somebody gave that like, he has my full-throated endorsement. I'm like, they gotta stop saying full-throated. You know, full-throated endorsement. You gotta stop saying that if you ever say that shit. Melvin said, I know this would be a long shot in the dark, but if you could get my character to date Taylor Swift, that'll be cool. Damn, Melvin, alright. You're going for the big leagues. Mixie, can I make money on this somehow? So really? So you're looking to make money? Make money off of this? You guys, I don't know if Cool Aiden has a list, so we just gonna have to pick something. But I guess goods. There. Corley's like, my mind isn't pure. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you.
Thank you. Yum.
Mixie said, I'm so blessed to be friends with Dr. K. What? Damn, girl. That's how I feel about you. That's how I truly feel. Truly, truly. Okay. Mixie's like always hitting that grind or whatever. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think I used to actually have a little bit of that. I feel like I was kind of influenced by Shambler. He's like the true, you know, can I make money off this? The problem is that like then the world just was like trying to make money off of everything.
Well,
So it's like you can't get Pokemon cards because everybody's just trying to make money off of them. And I'm sitting here trying to get my son Pokemon cards.
And trust you.
I mean, I like him too, but it's more important to have him with them, you know?
Thank you.
it was no trouble at all.
Sophie said, I also may have added another My Hero reference to my expressions. We love that. Corley says, we are all blessed to have each other.
I had a fun time.
That,
with siblings.
there has never been a more
And
true
being
statement, I
honest,
think.
It's all thanks to
Never been a more true statement, and I just, I appreciate that. That's like what I would always desire, I think, at this stage of just like my life and content creation and stuff like that. Before we transition this stream yet again, does anyone wanna travel? Or nominate someone to travel? Where to? Sophie said, yeah, we are, Corley. And then Mixie said, for real, Corley. Mama Corley, mamacita, Corley. I gotta always be careful, you know. It's okay, mango time, said me. But where do you wanna go? Don't just say me, tell me where to go. You wanna go to Kyoto? Okay, let's go to the Kyoto tour. Mango time. Oh, mango. There you are. Mixie's like, I nominate Corley. She's like, I nominate Kendo. Yeah, we got plenty of wishes, so we could travel with everybody.
Oh. Are you really giving me a Kyoto tour?
Yeah.
Time to pack my bags.
Packed in bags, son. Nice big crew here.
Look, the Yasaka Pagoda. So elegant. Say cheese.
I'm down with Yasaka. Oh.
There's Kyoto Tower. So modern. Say cheese.
They have something in San Antonio that kind of looks like that. Like what? It's like one of those revolving restaurants or whatever. It looks very much stylized like that.
Mount Daimonji's really lighting up the night.
See, you guys, this is why I don't have to go travel. I can just see all this stuff right here. So you know I hate going to the top of the parking garage. So they want me to travel? Nah.
That was a
All right,
wonderful
coming up
trip.
next, we're gonna have
Thanks so much for
Sophie. Sophie.
Here,
Saying I want to go to
I'd love
East
to have you
Asia.
there.
Here we go. Matcha. Who doesn't love the good old matcha? Mango Time, I think, has a list, don't you, Mango? Yeah, you're one of the early ones. Okay. Yeah, these are some good ones. Okay. Well, do we have... Yeah, we have greets energetically. We got... Yeah, walks with tiny steps. Let's go to expressions. We do have yamas. Okay, let's do... When sleeping. Oh, damn, send Corley to space. Shit. That would be dope. Okay, let's see. While sleeping. Wait. Where? I get this. I sound like the repo robots right now. Piano. Wait, when? Get this piano.
Wait. Where'd I get?
There you go, son. Corey's like, OMG, you're gonna project Hail Marry me? No, just the Mary part. Oh!
It's as if
That's
that
Mixie, by the way.
expression was made just for me.
Okay. Alright. Travel time. Let's get Sophie over to East Asia. Beautimus. You said the text-to-speech at Repo is hilarious. Mixie like, Repo reference. Yeah, they weren't saying... I thought that they were supposed to say heart correctly, but they say he art. Because I said my heart,
Thank you so
like in
much.
fear, so I typed it.
Time to pack
And I was
my
like,
bag.
Mixie, it's saying he art. And then I think Mixie typed like something different and was like, no, it's not working. She's like, it said it right. I was like, no, it's saying heart.
You
Look,
haven't seen a
it's saying
street
he
all lit
art.
up until you've seen Jupin Old Street in Taiwan.
That's beautiful, you guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Yo, the goldfish makes an appearance.
This spot on Jeju Island is known as Sunrise Peak, but I can't wait.
Sound
to
like
better
Choo Choo Island.
Say cheese.
Quite the view from Victoria Harbor in Hong Kong.
I didn't know there was a Victoria Harbor. That's pretty cool. That looks nice. Mixie said, I thought you said hard. If I said my hard, that'd be sus. But yeah. He says, I was very confused. Yeah.
wonderful
Okay. Corley wants to send Kendo to the caves.
I even
I guess we could send me to the caves. Why? Because you want to be rid of... You want to be rid of me? Just kidding. This is like the Mixie Corley way of like, you literally want me dead. Yo, Fountain. Okay, we get it. Alright. We haven't been on the World Cave Tour in a little bit. Man, if I don't take my wife, this is gonna be savage. They pronounce it Holy Day. Holy Day?
Oh, are you
Holiday?
really giving me a World Cave
Nothing
tour?
beats a Jet 2
Thank
holiday.
you so much. Time to pack my bag.
What bags? I'm going to the cave. Man, my son done hated going to the caves. In real life.
Having a beautiful time in Scotland's England.
Why I sound so far away?
The columns are a sight to behold.
Say
Send
cheese.
Kendo to the mines. So we back in the mines. This one is beautiful. I've seen videos of this right here.
In the
It's over in, isn't this in Arizona?
Painted this place.
Say cheese.
I think it might be in Arizona. Yo.
Greetings from Vietnam's Hang Son Dong. More moss than I thought there'd be.
Hang Son Dong.
Cheese.
I feel like you gotta say that with more of an accent, man. Because Hang Song Dong, that does not sound good. Isn't it like Hang Song Dun?
That was a wonderful
Something like
trip.
that, I don't know.
Thank you
Anyway,
for letting me take
we're not gonna hang some dong. We are going to go to the next one. Send Corley to Space Plez. Alright, Corley. Corley. Mixe.
Yum.
Sophie. Anybody else that I can A? Okay. No fountain. Okay. Outer space. Big Z, yay, Space Corley. Space Corley. Space Corley. She said, I'm so cooked in space. That's kind of like SpongeBob, where it's like, ow, I burned my finger at night. You know, like, it's everything at night.
Thank you so much.
So now Corley's gonna be like, I'm cooked in space. I'm having to work in space. Yeah. This was crazy when I first saw this, man. This was nuts. That Star Fox music, man.
Now commencing stage 3. The Krabby Cake system is operational and holding steady. Boosters 1 through 4 engaged.
The space is so beautiful. So beautimous. Just like you guys, chat. You are so beautimous. You are so beautiful. I burned my hand at night. Yeah, Mixie's quoting. I'm literally jumping off 10 bridges in space. Oh yeah, here. Oh really, Toast? Okay. Oh yo, if you guys ain't seen this before, check it out. Sorry for the spoiler. The game has been out a decent amount of time though, so that's the only thing. Mixie, we had the same idea. In space. Man, this is a big ass space tour. There's my Charmander. Isn't this so beautiful, you guys? I remember almost crying when this came on. I remember
Think we're halfway there yet?
almost crying. Pretty much did cry, to be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Lesbo honest. Isn't it beautiful? Sophie. Sure.
Full of aliens?
This is amazing. I'm just opening up the music, you guys. We're gonna get ready to show you
It's gonna be a long trip.
some of the music goodness.
I left a bunch of chicken and milk in my fridge.
We probably shouldn't watch the whole thing, right? Or should we? I'm sure you can skip it with like the plus button maybe. I guess we'll use this time also to thank everybody. Once again, I know that I do this several times. I think it's worth it. I think all of you are amazing souls. You are beautiful souls. You should always know just what I think of you, and what I think of you is that you are incredible. I have said this before, but I think I'll repeat it for now. It's just that I kind of always dreamed of a chat like this, you know, is I've always thought viewers like y'all would be the best. Y'all are people who are so, you care about me, which is like really nice, but I think it's more about you guys care so much about each other and kind of like the well-being of I think like the entire, let's call it streamosphere, you know, this entire atmosphere of the stream as we're in space. I feel like that's like so important. So the fact that y'all have a stake in this and like, I don't know, it's just you're also like unique. You're so creative and loving in like your own ways and stuff, so it's like I do feel like it works mostly pretty well, you know. I think we all seem to get along for the most part, and I really appreciate that. So I just hope that you know what it means to me, you know. I hope you know how much that means to me, that you guys do this for me, with me, at me. Yeah, I think it you know, so special thanks, my chat. Special thanks everyone here. Very special thanks.
The stars are so pretty. Way prettier than looking at them from Earth.
The stars are so pretty. This is total mood, you guys. Mixie's like, Kendo is living the dream. I think with a chat like y'all, I think with people like y'all in my corner, then yeah, I am living the dream, to be honest. I am. Life has changed so much in the last just a year, or whatever. Galaxy hitting the chat with the star to Band-Aid. Look at this, Corley and Amber taking up the next spot down. Sophie's still the favorite. Dr. Kendo moved all the way down to 4. Time to start rearranging some favorites, isn't it? Sometimes it's people who ask, though, you know, people who are like, can you do this for my me? Can you do that? You know, and we get to those more often. You feel me? So I think next time it'll be good to remember to tell me if you want to travel and whatnot.
Greetings from Mars. How long do I need to live here before I'm considered a Martian?
Say cheese.
Say cheese. Beautiful, ladies. Beautiful.
BRB, getting a close-up view of the Andromeda Galaxy. No bigs.
Say cheese.
Don't nobody say no bigs, huh? Jay is having a chance saying I moved up to 7th. Yeah, man, we moving on up, Jay. What's going on, son?
The pillars of creation in the Eagle
But Jay, I didn't know that you made your me have a birthday that wasn't your real birthday. I mean, it makes sense, you know, not everybody wants their birthday just out there. You know, because I remember people were like, Jay, happy birthday, Jay, and stuff, you know, and you were like, it's not my birthday, but thanks. That was great. I was like, well, it's me, Jay's birthday. But
That was a wonderful
Mixie's
trip.
like, yeah, I don't like asking for things for my me, because I don't want to take time away from other people. Mixie on the same way. The only reason my me is high up there, which, again, we like hardly ever talk to Kendo on these streams, the me, is because either people request to do like buddy stuff with me, or it's because we had me as the first me on the island, right? So when we first saw space, I think I was like 2nd or 3rd, right, you guys? And so it's actually changed since then. What, we only saw space like a week or 2 ago? But yeah, we'll hold off all travel for now, and we'll request traveling next time, I'd say, you guys. We should be back on Friday, but we're not really ending the stream now, but we are going to make a quick transitioning over to show you guys some music. Yeah. I thought that would be fun for you guys, because we were talking about it before. And so I just think, you know, it would be really cool to show you guys how some of this works. So there is going to be a small, just kind of adjustment period. I am going to take a very brief pee break as well, and it should go under a minute, okay? So if anybody wants to time me, get ready. I think we'll just leave it on the frogs, though. And so, I guess ultimately, I'd say you start the timer now, and let's hold me to under a minute right now. Yo! Did we time it? Did we time it? Well, yeah, Jay, it's all good. He's saying, yeah, I did the wrong birthday, I guess. It's all good, man. You know, Kendo could have done the wrong birthday. But yeah, you guys, so what we're going to do is we'll save this, and so feel free. I know some of y'all will leave and stuff like that, but if you want to see how the music is done, I'm just going to show you guys, like, probably about 10 minutes worth. We're not going to, you know, investigate the full album that I've done so far of the new album, but you'll get to hear some of the new songs and, yeah, whatnot. So that's pretty cool, right? And so, I'll feed her first. But Bananalog was saying for some reason, YouTube or my Wi-Fi absolutely despises me. The stream keeps freezing and whatnot on my end. I'm sorry, man. We don't like that. We don't like that. Sophie was saying we got an alien in the chat. We got an alien. Alien. That is a funny word, alien. You gotta say it all funny too. Alien. That is a funny word. Alien. Alright. So check this out, ladies and gents. We'll close this out. So, what you are about to experience is some musicness. And so this is a song that I shared a sample with you guys. It's actually called Paper Cuts for the astute people that might have seen the file name. I can't remember actually if it shows that on Discord or not. So maybe it didn't show the file name. Paper Cut, you guys know what that is, but the fact is that the song is called Paper Cuts because it's essentially talking about, well, there's a lot of people that will wrong you in your life. So this is specific to my life. So I kind of make these like veiled references to people who have wronged me or done something horrible and stuff throughout childhood to now. And to get revenge, we're giving them the paper cut. That doesn't mean a literal paper cut. It's that we write lyrics on paper, right? And so these lyrics cut deep. So it's like this metaphor for, like, you know, lyrically taking people down, I guess. This is possibly one of the darker. So I do just kind of like want to warn people. There's like cursing. There's, I don't know, you might think of Kendo a little differently when this happens. So let's see. I need to get y'all the audio. And that's going to be one thing about when I like release the CD and stuff is that this will be, I think of this going to be a dark album. Now, some people are going to probably say, like, no, I listen to much darker shit. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, for me and whatnot. I mean, Armageddon was a little bit dark, too, sometimes. And some of the villain stuff on They Like Me Not. But, yeah, Mixie was saying, you know, I like that, Kendo. Thank you. I'm so glad you like that. Okay, let's see. I think I have to go to a different latency for you guys to hear it. So let's see if y'all hear this. No, you don't. That was not the right one. There's like a setting you need to do to be able, I don't know why. I've never had this in my life before, but like for y'all to hear it on the stream, for some reason, y'all have to, what the fook? Let's try this, I guess. Whoa, nope. That went on my speakers. It should just literally be like, you know, 1-to-1 where I can play it and you guys hear it, but for some reason, you have to have, like, whatever the driver is. I don't know if y'all know about, like, drivers, right? You know, like your audio drivers and stuff. I was thin as yeah, there. So you're going to hear this. Okay. Going to be a little loud at first. Okay, you guys. So I'm glad Mixie likes it because, yeah, it's crazy. So what we can do is we can isolate. This is one that I didn't actually have the instruments separate, meaning, like, the file has the entire instrumental all by itself, you know, up here as one track. Now, let me actually make sure that my filter is on for audio. Okay, it is. So it'll duck the audio right here. So again, you're listening to Paper Cuts. So right now, this is divided into 3 verses and I think just as many choruses. It has no bridge. So we may get to hear the whole thing. I'm not sure how much I'm going to show, but here's just a taste, okay? So past the intro, be like this.
I was thin as this paper, yeah, they called me fragile. Didn't know my edge could sharpen, maybe even turn to shrapnel. You'll laugh at this, yeah, the toothpick, the twig. Fucking suck to call out words, but all of them dig. You wanna pay to change me with a petty disguise. Try to buy cooperation, I don't wanna hear the price. And I stood there still, had to keep my mouth shut. Well, inside was a guy with a smirk that cut. A league of their own, rolled eyes at my name. Grab on the arm, never mind the pain. Yeah, it's funny how they love you when you glow in the dark, but blew out the match before it ever could spark. I'm fucking done taking backseat to shotguns that scatter. I'm like Odd Job in this bitch, but mixed with Mad Hatter. And it's hats off to you if you done did me wrong. Pin the paper cuts deep if you're part of this song. Let the picture side.
Is it time to get invited, fight with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lighting in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die. Is it time for the invited, fight it with intention and release the bottle lightning and the lighting in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die.
I was building world.
Okay, so, Mixie's like, what program is this? So this is Magic's, I think it might actually be owned by someone else now, but Magic's used to own it. They do like also the Sony like umbrella, so it might be like Sony Magic's. But anyway, Samplitude Music Studio, and this is the version X8. They have a lot of different versions, so yeah. Anyway, Samplitude Music Studio. So thank you guys that are saying this is fire. Sophie was like, oh, this sounds great. So yeah, this is definitely a song of revenge. So we're going to isolate just vocals right now so you guys can hear kind of like what this sounds like, because it is fucking nuts. Like, this is really where I took that thing. You guys remember when we were talking about Freddie Mercury, right? Scientists or like vocal analyses were done on Freddie Mercury's voice. Freddie Mercury, they said, has one of the most interesting voices as singers, this is so fascinating to me, just that they analyze this. But they said the reason is because it's like, he can do this like guttural, that type of thing. And so, like, when I do that, it's also like the socks, the chainsaw, ring, ding, 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 like that. So that sound and that quality, they said that like Tuvan throat singers were some of the like only ones who like regularly kind of did that with their voices. It's not exactly the most healthy thing to do constantly with your voice, but a Tuvan throat singer, is someone who's like been doing that, I guess, since birth or something. You can look this up on YouTube, like Tuvan, like Tuvan throat singers, and they're just like like it's just like that. So like my voice goes constantly into this like subharmonic, sort of thing. And I think when you like, especially put me in a situation where you like ask me to kind of recount the past and recount the sort of the wrongs and stuff like that I've experienced, it's like, I think it's like very easy for me, because it's already easy for me to like fall into that voice, but it's like going to just come out of me. So that's what you're going to hear right now without the music. As Melvin said, it's like pretty good, not really my style, but it's good. I appreciate that. Yeah, like not everyone's going to like rap, not everyone's gonna like rap rock, or if you like rap and stuff, you may not like this. Like, this is its own kind of genre, And Mixie saying, yeah, those throat singers is insane. Yeah, exactly. Mixie was like, absolute fire, that was so good. You're gonna hear more, okay? So don't worry, you guys. Toasty was like, dang, Freddie Mercury. Corley said, fire. So here's just the vocals by themselves right here on this rap verse, and then we'll hear the chorus as well.
I was thin as this paper, yeah, they called me fragile. Didn't know my edge could sharpen, maybe even turn to shrapnel. You'll laugh at this, yeah, the toothpick, the twig. Fucking suck to call out words, but all of them dig. You wanna pay to change me with a petty disguise. Try to buy cooperation, I don't wanna hear the price. And I stood there still, had to keep my mouth shut. Well, inside was a guy with a smirk that cut. A league of their own, rolled eyes at my name. Grab on the arm, never mind the pain. Yeah, it's funny how they love you when you glow in the dark, but blew out the match before it ever could spark. I'm fucking done taking backseat to shotguns that scatter. I'm like Odd Job in this bitch, but mixed with Mad Hatter. And it's hats off to you if you done did me wrong. Pin the paper cuts deep if you're part of this song. Let the page decide.
Is it time for the invited, fight with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lighting in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die. Is it time for the invited, fight it with intention and release the bottle lightning and the lighting in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die.
I was building.
So we can get into some more in a second, but it's just like, what you can tell there is like, there is a double layer. So like most rappers will have they just call it double tracking, right? So it's like, here, let's listen to this.
I was thin as this paper, yeah, they called me fragile.
So like you can hear, I was thin as this paper, yeah, they called me fragile. And so like on they called me fragile, there's two voices. So like listen to this. We can solo this right here. You guys probably see that I've highlighted that, right? They're in yellow or orange. And so like if we just highlight that, check out what the double sounds like. So
They called me fragile. And turned to shrapnel. And a toothpick the twig.
see how it's like just saying the end of the sentences. So when you kind of mix just those two together, it sounds like this. Like,
I was thin as this paper, yeah, they called me fragile. Didn't know my edge could sharpen, maybe even turn to shrapnel. You'll laugh at this, yeah, the toothpick, the twig. Fucking suck to call out words, but all of them dig.
yeah, so like you get that, right? Like I think that's now the basics, right, of like double tracking. So sometimes Sophie's like, I don't have a specific kind of song I prefer. If it sounds good to me, then I like it. Those lyrics are sick. Oh, thank you. Yeah, oh, Mixie, wow. She's like, you have so much talent. That's coming from Mixie, who's talented. Thank you. Wow. Okay, so like here, check this out. So then we emphasize right here. So forgive me, we're gonna play.
Any disguise, trying to buy cooperation, I don't want to hear the price. And I stood there.
So this one got tough because I noticed that I just kind of like gave into like a little bit of the rage. So here's it without the doubles, right? So like,
Operation, I don't want to hear the price. And
so you see how I like kind of backed up a little bit, like on I don't want to hear the price. So like,
buy cooperation, I don't want to hear the price. And
so I don't want to hear the price. So then listen what also happened here. This like is the double track.
I don't want to hear the price.
See how it's like, you know, it's just kind of like this unintelligible. So I had to like keep putting in more doubles with it. So it's like,
I don't want to hear the price.
so like, for instance, I kind of backed away from the mic and you can increase the volume. So that's fine on price. So, you know, like
Price, and I still want to hear the price. And I
so you can hear that this last double, we have the word price like emphasized more than others because of where I backed off. And so check this out.
want to hear the price.
So like you can hear me just kind of mumble it like that, like and then price.
want to hear the price.
See, like that. And so like probably in the final version, I might actually like cut that out. You know what I mean? Like I might cut that right there, to be honest. So it's like totally fine, you know, for right now. I mean, I could leave it in because it's like very inconsequential, right? Like we can hear that. So,
Operation, I don't want to hear the price. And I
see, like it doesn't really matter. You don't hear me going,
want to hear the price.
like, you know, kind of like it just, and it's because like when you're doubling, sometimes you'll hear this even on like a professional, you know, artist's sound, right? And like, listen, I've done music for money. I've been doing music for like almost 20 years. So am I a professional? Maybe. So you guys, if you do hear, sometimes you'll hear that somebody does that leading up to their double. So a rapper, an artist who has like a backing track. My wife does it and she's a professional singer. So like they'll kind of whisper or like say the words that are leading up to it, right? So like this.
I had to keep my mouth shut.
So really I just wanted keep my mouth shut right there. But it's like you can hear me say like had to keep my mouth shut like that. Like
Keep my mouth shut.
so then
I had to keep my mouth shut. Well, inside was a guy with a smirk that cut. The League of Their Own rolled eyes at my name. Grab
This one's
on the
cool.
arm, never mind the pain.
yeah, that's kind of cool because it's like right there we switch into like a sing song. This is what I love to do is like I don't want the verse to just be like only one way unless I guess like it really calls for that, but like you got to keep people guessing, right? So, you know, in the middle of the song, if we turn the entire thing on, right? Like let's, you know, unmute, unsolo. So like here's what it sounded like.
Shut. Well, inside was a guy with a smirk that cut. The League of Their Own rolled eyes at my name. Grab on the arm, never mind the pain. Yeah.
So it's kind of cool because like we'll take the double out now and just keep the music of the single vocal. So check it out without any like double tracking or anything.
Inside was a guy with a smirk that cut. The League of Their Own rolled eyes at my name. Grab on the arm, never mind the pain. Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that never mind the pain, you know, like that's kind of neat. But then listen to this voice. So like we're going to take out the main vocal. This is kind of cool. You may not like always hear this in the background until you hear the song like twice or three times or whatever. But listen, so like here it comes. Like, okay, listen to this part.
Never mind the pain.
Yeah, never mind the pain right there in the background. So like then when you put them together, watch what happens.
Grab
on the arm, never mind the pain, yeah.
So, you know, one of them's kind of singing it, sing-songy, and then the other one's like the rap, right? So it's like, never mind the pain, you know, like that. And then the sing-songy one's, you know, never mind the pain. So,
The League of Their Own rolled eyes at my name. Grab on the arm, never mind the pain, yeah. It's
Corley, it got crazy because she's asking, how do I do the instrumental? So I actually just learned, this is almost like a cheat code, which kind of like, it kind of sucks because in the past, if you guys have heard the other albums on Dr. Kindle Music, the instrumentals don't sound as sophisticated as this. And so like, I found something that came bundled with this. So it's with Music Studio. You'd have to look, I don't even know if they sell that bundle anymore, but like I bought this probably like 3 years ago or something, and it was bundled with something that makes it almost like a cheat code. Cause like I'll do like the drums in Fruity Loops, you know? So like when I started making music, I did like try a short stint at drums, but I never felt like I was that great or committed, because to be the drummer, you know, you guys know the story, right? You have to have the drum kit. And so like most of the time, you know, you can't really lug those around. And so like we couldn't practice when I had my first band ever, you know, like we couldn't really practice at my house too. It just didn't make sense for me to like be a drummer. So we actually sold my drum kit like way early on in life. And what it ended up happening was I got more into just using a keyboard. So like not a keyboard on a computer, but like a keyboard, like piano keyboard. And so I'm not great at piano, like as a pianist, but I can play, right? So I can play, I know chords. So like I'll know how to do a chord. And so I literally just layer it all in, right? I just play one thing at a time. And so in the old days, I used to play the bass guitar on it too, because bass doesn't have to always be so complicated. If you're great at bass and you can make a complex kind of riff, then that's great, right? But sometimes the bass, just all it needs to do, especially in rap, is just something that's like, you know, like what you don't play is almost as important as what you do play, you know, so it's like sometimes more important. So the bass, I could always be pretty simple, so I don't even have to know, like I suck at, for instance, stringed instruments. Like I cannot play a guitar. I can be a stage presence. I'd be a great air guitarist. Like I have the stage presence. I can make it look cool, like School of Rock, but I cannot play it. So stringed instruments, I just never, ever been able to play. But a bass guitar, even without having that expertise, like I can play a bass guitar for what my music needs were. Now, sometimes in some of the past albums, I had my roommate at the time. They did guitar on it, you know, so sometimes I had like electric guitar in the album Armageddon, or like some acoustic, and they like me not. That was always my roommate at the time who played guitar on that. He was fire at guitar. My dad, when he was alive, played some bass on those two albums too. And so it's sort of this cacophony of just like being able to, where I can, I will play the instrument, right? So if it's a percussive instrument that you hear, like a washboard sound or like a shaker or something, I will literally shake it to my mic. You know what I mean? Mixie said, can you air guitar at my wedding? Damn, I would love to. I would love to. You guys want to hear some more? I hope you do. I hope this is not boring, people. Some of y'all seem to be taking interest in it though, so I appreciate that. But let's see. Melvin said, yeah, you're using it for asthma fear purposes, for example. It's used for, oh, I've never heard of asthma fear purposes. Interesting. Corley plays a little bit on the ukulele. Dude, that's awesome. People who are guitar players, like, I really love that, okay? Like, I love a good guitarist, man. It's just so simple, right? It's the guitar. But, like, the guitar is like everything. I love the guitar, but I cannot play it. I suck at it. So, okay, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out a little bit. So this is the chorus. We're going to analyze the chorus here. So just to hear it again briefly, we won't play the whole thing, but like, look.
Oh, let the picture side. Is it time to get invited, fight with intention and release the bottle lighting and the light in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die.
Sometimes I'll sing a little better, but this song, like, I think really did call for this, like, kind of more darker just version of it, right? So if we take out the music right here, let's listen to just the vocals.
This song, let the picture side. Is it time to get invited, fight with intention and release the bottle lighting and the light in the body is set enough, but I'm inviting up any last words before you die.
What's crazy, Corley, is I'm I'm actually like trying to hold myself back a little bit because I'm just like, you guys, like, I don't want to like glaze on, to myself or whatever. Like, that sounds sus. I don't want to like fully just be like, I'm so great or whatever. So I'm like trying to explain this in a way that's humble still, But yeah, I'm like holding back. But Corlius, like, I like hearing you talk about what you're passionate about because you sound so happy and excited, and that makes me happy, excited. That's why, Corley, maybe I should do more on Dr. Kendo music, to be honest, because I'm like I get so passionate about this shit. Mixie was like, I don't really want to go, but I probably should because I have to make some calls before the clinics start to close. No. That's okay, Mixie. I'm showing you a heart right now, Mix. But before you go, listen to how hardcore this is, Mixie.
Let the picture side.
Is that not nuts? How my voice just like, that's the subharmonic thing, right?
Let the picture side.
Is it time for the invited fighting?
So this part, I was thinking, I love a good like tongue twister, I love something that, even if it's not a tongue twister, just something that kind of sounds like this. So listen to these first words. We're going to stop it and start it quickly.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention?
So is it time for the invited fighting? So like, is it time for the invited fighting? Isn't that like weird? Like nobody says that in real life, but if you're like saying that as a chorus, I love doing stuff like this. So like the way that it sounds is if you kind of are like, you're slurring it together. You're not being so like, is it time for the invited fighting? Like you're like, as a rapper, you can like kind of just like slur it together. You're not so sticking to the consonants and whatnot like I do maybe in my commentaries and stuff. Like, if you're trying to sound proper, a lot of my commentary might have like good consonant sounds and resonance and stuff. So like this, you can kind of just slur it together. So I'll do two of these voices together.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
So then watch what happens. Like we'll add another one.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
So we may actually have too much reverb. Like that's why this is great, because this is a song that's not finished yet. So like we absolutely can make like adjustments to this. Reverb is okay, but it's just like, dude, it might be too much. But listen, now we're gonna put it all together.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
So you guys are going to hear that same thing, but I'm going to take away and put in parts as it's going. So you're going to hear it like build to what it started as and then what it ended up as. And each time, each one of these that we're like muting and whatever, that's me going back in. I'm just recording over myself. It's not copying and pasting. This is all an entirely different take, each one of these that we're highlighting here. So check this out.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
See how full it got by the end,
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
By the way, this one that's like in my right ear, I don't know if you guys actually get the stereo experience. I hope you do. It might be playing mono though because of the driver, but meaning if you can hear this voice in your right ear,
is it time for the invited fight
like that, then it sounds crazy, like especially if you just put,
is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the pot of lightning and the lightning in the body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
So notice also the words itself too, like this is kind of a thing going back to the like tongue twister of it. So it's like, is it time for the invited fighting with intention? So you put fighting and fighting back to back, right? Or I put them, I should say. So with fighting, like that means that you keep that tongue twister going, right? So is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the bottle of lightning? So then like lightning, right? And then it says the lightning of body. So it's like talking about the soul leaving the body right there. So it's like, is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the bottle of lightning and the lightning of body is setting up, but I'm inviting up. So then like it just keeps going back to this like invited and fighting and lightning, invited and lightning, so it's just like all this fighting, lightning, fighting, inviting, so it's just like, I love it when lyrics can do that. Like I try to insert that a lot, I think.
Is it time for the invited fighting with intention and release the bottle of lightning and the lightning of body is setting up, but I'm inviting up.
Yeah, Banana Log's like, I'm unfortunately watching this on a TV and not a separate device with headphones. Yeah. Toasty can hear it, though. Says, I can hear the separate kendos rapping in my ears. Melvin said yes. So some of you guys can hear that stereo quality of it or whatever. So then this gets crazy. This might peak a little bit, especially without the music.
Any last words before you die? Is it time for the invited? Fight it with intention and release the bottle lightning and a lighting in a body is had enough, but I'm inviting up. Any last words before you die? I was spilled.
So yeah, doesn't that get crazy? Like this before you die thing. Like, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 times that I went in there and like recorded on myself. So yeah, I love to record over myself over and over again. So like then that any last words, you know, like
any last words, please.
See, it's like very loud. A lot of the times going in and recording over myself, I want it to sound like a crowd is saying it, but there are times where it's like good to just do my voice sounding the same, but like recorded over instead of copying and pasting, like recording over several times. So this any last words, that's like this, you know, a little bit higher register, then we go down, you know, so it's like, I love that like play on, it goes high, then it goes low, right? So this is like mid-range, right? You know,
in a body said enough, but I'm inviting up. Any last words before you die?
So yeah, we're like doing a crazy mix of just like vocal register, you know, mid-range, then boom, like higher, any last words, and then like before you die is, it's all just playing around with those like different registers. So I think to bring it all back home is, that was 4 or 5 times too. Yeah, it looks like actually 6 times. Just some of them are more calm than the others, saying any last words.
Any last words before you die? I was spilled in.
So yeah, why not? We can hear the rest of, we can hear the next verse right here. This gets crazy.
Before you die, I was spilled in worlds. Y'all threw stones at some pixels and kept letting them hurl. The scribbling, that scribble spot in my open skies. But every comment wound just became a reason why. I said it paints you, I deserve it, that I made my place. Look that envy in the mirror and reflect on your ways. Spawn mountains out of jealousy, don't settle the dust, but blame the storm that you made when it all combusts. Friends turn backs and then claim to take care of me. A needle in my chest with your weaponized therapy. Walk a mile in my shoes, my scars on the page. Well, if the shoe fits, let it take center stage. Or are you waiting for the last shoe to drop? When it hits the floor, you'll work through the shot. I'll stay on top like Taylor Swift, and you'll be saying, what? Ask how you pay for this. Well, here's these paper cuts.
I told myself there would be at least one Taylor Swift reference somewhere. Not meaning taking something from her lyrics, I mean talking about her. So there it was. It was in this song about like this absolute, you know, just kind of almost hatred, like this pretty much telling these people that wronged you in life so badly, like, it's time for you to die. Like, take the paper cuts. And so, yeah, in this, the horrifying song, you know, we have Taylor Swift just thrown in there. So here's without the music.
I was spilled in worlds. Y'all threw stones at some pixels and kept letting them hurl. The scribbling, that scribble spot in my open skies. But every comment wound just became a reason why. I said it pains you, I deserve it, that I made my place. Look that envy in the mirror and reflect on your ways. Spawn mountains out of jealousy, don't settle the dust, but blame the storm that you made when it all combusts. Friends turn backs and then claim to take care of me. A needle in my chest with your weaponized therapy. Walk a mile in my shoes, my scars on the page. Well, if the shoe fits, let it take center stage. Or are you waiting for the last shoe to drop? When it hits the floor, you'll work through the shot. I'll stay on top like Taylor Swift, and you'll be saying, what? Ask how you pay for this. Well, here's these paper cuts. Let the page.
So yeah, there's a lot there that you just like don't get on the first listen, maybe even second listen. I think it's obvious without the music in it, so like maybe I don't have to go over everything unless y'all like me going over like literally everything, but it builds. So this is a verse that builds. It starts out a little bit like it's not especially calm, but a little bit calmer, and then it just like kind of just boom, you know, like right here. Listen.
Made when it all combusts. Friends turn backs and then claim to take care of me. A needle in my chest with your weaponized therapy.
So we're going a little bit more diaphragm instead of just kind of like straight up throat and voice right here. Like,
I was spilled in worlds. Y'all threw stones at some pixels and kept letting them hurl.
That's just a little bit more my voice. Like, I'm not really speaking from the diaphragm too much. I think proper music theory, you know, you should kind of like always, you know, come from the diaphragm and stuff. But In rapping, it can be a little bit differently if you're not singing it. And so let's just do without the doubles here, because it definitely, I think it makes a difference with having like those doubles and sound effects and things.
A decade deep, I was building worlds. Y'all threw stones at some pixels and kept letting them hurl. The scribbling, that scribble spot in my open skies. But every comment wound just became a reason why. I said it pains you, I deserve it, that I made my place. Look that envy in the mirror and reflect on your ways. Spawn mountains out of jealousy, don't settle the dust. But blame the storm that you made when it all combust. Friends turned backs and then claimed to take care of me. A needle in my chest with your weaponized therapy. Walk a mile in my shoes, my scars on the page. Well, if the shoe fits, let it take center stage.
So I think something like that, you know, you could easily tell, right? Now that we don't have the doubles, we don't have the sound effects, you can tell where the voice just like starts to build and build and build and build, you know, like that. Corley was like, I'll listen to whatever you want to share. Don't say that, because it's just like what you say to me all the time. You're like, don't say that, Kendo, because I'll start ranting, you know, I'll start going at it. I'll start, man, excuse me, I go into a lot of shit. So here's the doubles.
I was building worlds. Got letting them hurl.
The double sounds so
Open
funny.
Skies became a reason why. I made my place. Reflect on your ways. Don't settle the dust. When it all combusts.
See how it like built up pretty obviously, right?
All combust.
Right, they're all combust. And so like then we go solo with both of those.
Comes out of jealousy, don't settle the dust. But blame the storm that you made when it all combusts. Friends turn backs.
Did you also notice a little tip here? Listen to this line.
Comes out of jealousy, don't settle the dust. But blame the storm that you made when it all combusts.
Right there. So when it's saying when it all combusts, you can hear the microphone, like I'm just like hitting the microphone in my face, like.
But blame the storm that you made when it all combusts.
So it's right there.
When it all
So like right before that, oh, like you can hear that like, boop, boop, like that sound of the mic being hit.
when it all combusts.
That's what that sound is, that like deeper register. It's like a probably 60 hertz, like low. It's like low as fuck.
When it all combusts.
So yeah, you can't really hear that though when there's like music, doubles, etc.
Storm that you made when it all combusts.
So you can hear it a little bit there. So let's see.
Storm that you made when it all combusts.
I actually heard it a little bit in the music, so now I'm not gonna be able to forget that. I could probably literally go in here and like, you know, slice this, you know, like I could probably take it right there if there's not a vocal right there, because that's probably where it happened.
When it all combusts.
It's tough to say. That might get a little bit of the all combust, and so like, you know, if you're a perfectionist, you may go re-record that or whatever. I think I'm gonna keep it in, to be honest. Sounds like I'm fucking like, you know, terrifying the mic, I guess.
You made when it all combusts. Friends turn backs and then claim to take care of me. A needle in my chest with your weaponized therapy. Walk a mile in my shoes, my scars on the page. Well, if the shoe fits, let it take center stage. Or are you waiting for the last shoe to drop? When it hits the floor, you'll work through the shot. I'll stay on top like Taylor Swift and you'll be saying, what? Ask how you pay for this. Well, here's these paper cuts. Let the pages.
So there's a lot of like self-made echo. You can copy and paste these if you want, but I self-made the echo. So like, look at this. On the word paper cuts, it's like there's a bunch of paper cuts that come right after it. Look at this.
Well, here's these paper cuts. Let the paper.
See, they're all like paper cuts. Like, yeah, you know, like that.
Well, here's these paper cuts. Let the pages.
And they go into each ear. So like at the end, there's one left, one right. Corley really likes the isolated vocals, which is awesome. Thank you so much for that. Banana Log was saying, this is making me want to write lyrics, even though I know damn well. You say you cannot sing or write lyrics? Are you sure? You can probably write lyrics. Okay, you guys, so here's the last verse. This is where the song will it'll end. It's going to get crazy. This part gets nuts. Like, so this part, I feel like I gotta tell y'all some of these references or like who I'm talking about. This gets crazy. You guys, this gets crazy. Here we go.
Getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots.
By the way, Melvin, I already do that, but yeah, I don't need advice, man. I definitely don't need advice on my music. That's one thing I'm gonna push back on. Tomodachi, you guys can give me advice or whatever. I don't need advice at all on my music, but I do pan already.
Getting
Getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but they all they optional props. Just stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now you acting bruised like I crossed some line. The discipline is justice with disrespect by design. The RKO out of nowhere. If I do's playing games, blacklist this for fuck's sake, but you'll remember the name as you talk down like gangs from cardboard palaces. I'll make my own ground, but give you some paralysis. Stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 39-0, but hey, who keeping scores? It's like Power World and I meet cleaving my own while you walking back, telling me to leave it alone. And can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging 10 in ya. That ice ass Gestapo, I'll be holding it again ya. You whack motherfucker. Boss smile, all the brutal wild backhand blessing. Stack up your non-whiz while I'm here stressing. But hey, I'm for display up on the big screen. They teach me well, you soon know what I mean. Let the bitches.
Corley, I will give you the tea here on this stream. But yeah, so this verse, I just kind of fucking let it go. Like, damn, I almost feel like I blacked out. Like, so this is where it gets fucking nuts. So here's the isolated without the music.
Getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but they all they optional props. To stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now you acting bruised like I crossed some line. The discipline is justice with disrespect by design. The RKO out of nowhere. If I do's playing games, blacklist this for fuck's sake, but you'll remember the name as you talk down like gangs from cardboard palaces. I'll make my own crown, but give you some paralysis. Stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 39-0, but hey, who keeping scores? It's like Power World and I meet cleaving my own while you're walking back, telling me to leave it alone. And can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging 10 in ya. That ice ass Gestapo, I'll be holding it again ya. You whack motherfucker. Boss smile, all the brutal wild backhand blessing. Stack up your non-whiz while I'm here stressing. But hey, I'm for display up on the big screen. They teach me well, you soon know what I mean.
So, kind of a lot there, to be honest. Kind of a lot there. So, this is gonna get me fucked too. Some of the shit I say. I'm telling you, this album gets fucking dark. So,
getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but they all they optional props. To stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now you acting bruised like I crossed some line. The discipline is justice with disrespect by design. The RKO out of nowhere. If I do's playing games, blacklist this for fuck's sake, but you'll remember the name as you talk down like gangs from cardboard palaces. I'll make my own crown, but give you some paralysis. Stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 9-0, but hey, who keeping? It's like Power World and I meet cleaving my own while you're walking back, telling me to leave it. Oh, I can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging 10 in ya. That ice ass Gestapo, I'll be holding it again ya. You whack motherfucker. Boss smile, all the brutal wild backhand blessing. Stack up your non-whiz while I'm here stressing. But hey, I'm for display up on the big screen. You ain't teach me well, you soon know what I mean.
I'm down with that, Toasty, having like a original music's kind of channel and stuff like that. A lot of people have been doing it either in picks, show and tell up until now, and then lately I've noticed because Mixie shared it to what I'm listening to, and so I put a sample of this song in what I'm listening to. But if you guys want, like, if there's enough demand, I would do it. Sometimes I like worry about having too many channels and shit, but like, I mean, if y'all think it would be down, like, good idea, then I'd be down. So, where to begin? So the start of this is nuts. I mean, like, if you just want sort of that lyricism or whatever, like, here's the start, right? And
getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but they all they optional props. To stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now you acting bruised like I crossed some line. The discipline is justice with disrespect by design.
So, doing all of this is like, again, that like tongue twistery kind of thing. It's not like Twista, you know, the artist, you know, like some of his shit will be like, you know, like, and you can barely fucking make it out. But like, I like something that like you can just barely tell what it is. You could probably tell what it is, especially when isolated, you could tell, right? So like, if we solo me again, like, listen,
getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but they all they optional props. To stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And
so yeah, that like little piece right there, just like it goes and doesn't stop. And that's really stretching Unk's breath, you guys, because like my breath support has gotten like so much worse as a old dude. I do feel like my voice got a lot deeper, so I like that. So like if I go back and listen to myself in Armageddon or in They Like Me Not, especially in Take It or Leave It, those old albums that I did, I was in college, my voice couldn't like quite go down as deep, and so sometimes that vocal fry like wouldn't sound as good as it could now. And so like I completely acknowledge that, and that's why I say like, I'm not even really looking for advice on my music. Like I totally make my music like how I make it, and I like so figure out these things just kind of on my own, and like very much, I guess it just kind of comes to me like magic. I sort of like that, like I don't want to really like be influenced by like other people and stuff, if that makes sense. And so like I feel like I'm getting it down to a science, and this is a song that's not done. So like I do want to reiterate that as like we have some mixing to do, we have some producing to do on it. It's getting close, it's probably like 70-something% of the way there, so that's nice, right? And we got Galaxy back from getting in the hospital. I'm so sorry that you were in the hospital, Galaxy. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. But yeah, did you guys hear that? Like crazy, kind of tongue twisty. So it's like family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. Like that's crazy.
Getting sliced by a million tiny keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but all they optional props to stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now
so this is literally talking about something I've talked about on stream before. Like this entire highlighted thing right here is about essentially my wife's cousin and like her family and shit like that. I don't think they ever watch my channel, so I'm sure they'll never hear this, but like that's essentially about them. So you remember when I was talking about how like on stream and stuff, and I've said this before probably multiple times, but like I really hate it when people like say insulting things and then say like it's just a joke, right? So like you shouldn't take it so bad, it's just joking, I'm just teasing you and shit like that. And so it's like I'm talking about like family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. And so like family, friends, right? So these are family, but like to me, family, friends, friendly fire, so they're supposed to be friends, right? They're supposed to be people that are on my side, but it's friendly fire, like in a video game. You guys know what friendly fire is. Family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. So the firing squad of them, so it's that family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. So that's what gets crazy right here.
keys when they mock me. Family, friends, friendly fire, fire and squad try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but all they optional props to
So remember I said like I was actually really polite with her too, and like I just kind of told her like, yeah, I just don't do the teasing thing. I was like, I just don't do the insult thing. So like I was like, I could totally spectate it, but I don't want to be like the part of your jokes and stuff. So listen to this.
try to top me. I say no jabs, no shots, but all they optional props to stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops.
See the jabs,
Jabs, no shots, but all they optional.
I say no jabs, no shots.
I say no jabs, no shots, but all they optional props to
So to them, it's just optional. Okay, well, I could listen to what Kendo wants, but it's just optional.
all they optional props to stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops.
So then when I start spitting the honesty at them, where it's like, okay, they just made fun of me, they were teasing me and shit, I told them I didn't like this politely and shit, they took that as just optional. So then it says this part.
To stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops.
To stop the fraud, run for cover when some honesty drops.
No props to stop the fraud, run for cover when some honesty drops.
So that's meaning that then they just like straight up run for cover whenever I start speaking honestly about it. I'm like, so listen, I just told you guys like, I don't really do the teasing thing, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, no, it's just jokes. It's just jokes. And then like straight up ghost me, and like don't pay attention to me at family functions anymore and stuff. So like they're totally in run for cover mode, because they know they fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
No props to stop the fraud, run for cover with some honesty drops. And now you acting bruised like I crossed some line.
So yeah, that's saying like, so you're acting like you're bruised? Like, like as if I crossed the line to say like, you can't tease me or insult me? Like,
it's like I crossed some line. Then this pen is justice for disrespect by design.
So this pen is justice for disrespect by design. This whole song is called Paper Cuss, right? I'm writing in pen. And so this pen is justice for disrespect by design. So their disrespect is by design, right? Because it's like she wasn't going to listen to me the whole time. I'm sitting there telling her, as plain as day. Like, dude, I just don't do the teasing. I don't do the insult thing. It didn't matter. Like, that was disrespect by design because that's how she lives her life. Like she said, you should. She's like, you should, you should joke with people. And she was like sending me gaslighting shit. She would like text me these like graphic images that are like, relationships are 30% more trusting when jokes and insults are involved and shit like that. And so I was like very gaslighty. So again, like this is by design, like, so look at
This pin is justice with disrespect by design. Okay.
So here's where the song will shift to
Some line. This pin is justice with disrespect by design. Okay, yo, out of nowhere. I do's playing games. Blacklist this for fuck's sake, but you'll remember the name as you talk down like gangs from cardboard palaces. I'll make my own crown, but give you some paralysis. Stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 39-0, but hey, who keeping scores? It's like Power World and I meet Cleveland my own.
maybe we should get to this part.
If you some paralysis, stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 39-0, but hey, who keeping scores? It's like
So this one, stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? So it's like, it's kind of always just like this feeling that I sit there and second guess, like, damn, was I like, is there something I could be blamed for? So let's say I had a conflict with somebody, a fight with somebody or whatever, and it's just like, damn, did I say that right? Like I have to like second guess myself all the time. And I'm like, but what about the other people? Like, do they ever fucking second guess what they say to me? Because these people say some like disrespectful shit, but I'm always like trying to be very polite. I'm like always trying to keep it like good natured until it doesn't deserve to be, right? And so like then I have to second guess, like, even a month later, and I'm sitting there thinking about it, like, damn, did I say something wrong? Like a shit like that. So I'm like saying, stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? Because it's just like, dude, 39-0, but hey, who's keeping score? And so that's me, 39 years of life to 0. They're not keeping score, so like I am.
stay immaculate with my word, but how about yours? 39-0, but hey, who keeping scores? It's like Power World and I meet Cleveland my own. While you're walking back, telling me to leave it alone. And can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging.
So you guys obviously get the the background of what's going on here. So it's like a little goofy, but like serious. It's like funny because it sounds a little goofy, but it's like actually like at a very serious like inflection point in this song. So like here's everything.
Me to leave it alone. And can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging it in ya.
So that instrument is just like chorus. You can play that on like a keyboard, just like, like a chorus singing in the background, like listening. You guys hear that? So that chorus, not literally the chorus of the song, but the chorus of people that's played from just a synthesizer is coming in at that part. So again, we're hitting this like inflection point of just like the whole song is about to end, this verse is about to end, and so it's like right at this part is where it gets like goofy but serious when I do this like glass jaw fracture and stuff. Listen to this.
And I can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture.
So again, we'll take the music out now.
And I can't blame God whenever he throw an asshole at you. Just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging.
He said, is that a reference to what I think it is, or am I crazy? I don't know. I wasn't referencing anything right there specifically. It's just some people like blame God, when shit goes wrong. It's like, okay, some asshole like came at me and they'll be like, why, God? Why'd you do this to me? But I'm like, you can't blame God whenever he throws an asshole at you, like, and I said, just come step up and get that glass jaw fracture. It's just saying basically like, dude, I'm not going to blame God. I'll just flex on their chin. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever he throw an asshole at you, just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging to.
So now you'll get to hear it. This is going to be a little more embarrassing because, like, I know I'm not, like, pitch perfect here, but it's, like, part of the goof. So, like, here it is.
Asshole at ya. Glass jaw fracture.
So these are panned into each ear, so if you have stereo or headphones on right now, you may hear them going in left and right.
Asshole at ya.
Asshole at ya.
Asshole at ya. Glass jaw fracture.
So then when it's like together, right?
Asshole at ya, just step up and come get your glass jaw fracture. I'll be plugging it in ya.
So yeah, and Corley's like, glass jaw. Okay, it's saying that your jaw's weak. We'll just straight up break it, you know. Sophie, I'm sorry about that, by the way. She said, I'm back. I got stung by a wasp, but it feels like I got stabbed by a nail. That, yeah, fucking wasp, dude. Wasps are crazy. Wasps are crazy. I feel like I can't even put the next part unless people want me to be talking about the government. Because I talk about the government right here. So I don't even know if I should play that shit isolated.
Smile all the brutal wild backhand blessing. Stack up your 9 wits while I'm here stressing. But they I'm for display up on the big screen. You ain't teach me well, you soon know what I mean.
So yeah, you guys. And that's how the song ends. It goes into chorus 3 times rather than 2. And that's how it ends. Yeah. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this. It sounded like y'all did, I think. Right? So, thank you so much for listening instead of thanks for viewing, right? That's kind of what I always say on Dr. Kid No Music, is if I'm signing out of a song, I'm like, thanks for listening instead of thanks for viewing. You guys, this was fucking dope to show y'all stuff from the music. Like Corley said, I've done this before on previous live streams, like, I don't know, about 2 years ago or so, like showing some old songs and stuff, and I was like, I always get so hype on this shit. Like, I love, when I get started, it's like magic. Corley may know from, like, drawing, for example. If you're just, like, in the mood, you know, it'll just, like, boom. Like, I don't know. It feels so, like, good when you're just, like, in the mood and it flows out of you like magic. I love it. So this song is horribly mixed, and we won't go through the whole thing, but I was going to show y'all the chorus is the song America. You guys heard this on the stream one time. I did it as like the starting soon screen for the stream.
They'll cut you down in America. Lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They sell us a mask in America.
So my astute people of musical theater will know that this is the actual true instrumental, other than my drums. Like, I made the drums, right? But it's the instrumental from West Side Story. So listen to this. Like, I hate doing this. Like, I pretty much never sample something. It's like maybe happened once before. I sampled Saw the Sign. You guys know that? I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. You know that song? So I like took that melody that's like doo 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 doo. Anyway. So I thought, though, that song is called America in West Side Story, the old school musical. You guys may know it. That song is written in like a fucking weird, it's like a 7/8 or something, for those that don't know. Like, you know, for instance, a 4/4 is what a lot of my music is in, you know, so like 4/4 is just like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, right? That's 4/4. 3, you know, like think about like a waltz or something, like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? So like this song, again, it's written in something like 6 or 6/8. I don't know. It's like written something fucking weird if you hear the real song. So the reason it sounds kind of like, I don't know, it does sound like it's copied and pasted right here. It works if you don't isolate it, but the reason it sounds weird is I literally converted this to a 4/4, which is like a little crazy. It's kind of fucking bonkers. So hear this again. So, you know, normally it sounds more fluid, right? Like that sounds a little bit like it's a little staccato and stuff. Like, but the real version, you know, is very just like fluid. It's, you know, so like that to me is kind of bonkers. I don't know if that's gonna get appreciated without me saying that, basically, is what I wanted to say. So in theirs, it's like they're saying America like I am, but mine is America, but it's spelled like rich. So Americha. So like Americha, but it's because like, for instance, think about just like the word chaos. Think about, I don't know, like psycho or psychic or, anything that has a CH and it sounds hard like a K. So America, right? But it's rich. So this is talking about like the rich class, I guess. It's just essentially talking about being like the regular folks, here and what happens in this world. But it's very light and playful, isn't it? So like, here's a song, for instance, about like kids aren't even safe in the class, but like it sounds so like friendly and fun, like ha ha ha. Like, listen to this.
Use that deep breathing app before you head to a school.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads,
Which is probably a good thing, cause they ain't safe in their class.
it's FAFO, but only option is trash.
And the answer is to leave if you think it's bad.
It's the lost and found in America.
So if you didn't catch that, it's saying like, the kids coming up are all taught by iPads. And I was like, which is probably a good thing because they ain't safe in the class, but it's like, sounds so like, this is friendly and fun, isn't it? But it's like fucking sarcastic.
School.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads,
Which is probably a good thing, cause they ain't safe in their class.
it's FAFO, but only option is trash.
And the answer is to leave if you think it's bad.
It's the
deep breathing
Here we go.
to a school.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads,
Which is probably a good thing, cause they ain't safe in their class.
it's FAFO, but only option is trash.
And the answer is to leave.
So if you guys have also seen, I've been sharing some like Social Distortion. If anybody's ever heard of that band, the singer of that band is Mike Ness, and Mike Ness is like 1 octave range. So I probably have like a 2 octave range. I don't have like a good octave range. My wife is crazy, like Taylor Swift, fucking huge. Like, think about some of the best singers, especially female singers. I feel like they're all like so good at this, but there are some men that like have those beautiful voices and stuff like that. I am not a beautiful voice. I am a like cold, like I am like very punk rock, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Some punk rock singers are beautiful voices, but like I am gritty, like, so I'm very rock. And so my voice, like this is like the exact kind of vocal register of like the most comfort right here. So listen to this, like,
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
so that's like very Social Distortion, like Mike Ness, he kind of like sings in the same octave range.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads,
Which is probably a good thing.
So that does kind of harmonize a little bit with itself, so that's just me, right? So here's like the solo of this one.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
So the rough part, that sounds really rough, right? You're like, wait, what? Like, what did he just say? You can see the cuts right here. So in harmony, I really like for the harmony, not the melody, right? The harmony backup to sing very tight. And so I actually cut like the ends of my words. See, like that right there, there's like a gap in this. And so sometimes I will cut to make it fit better with the two together. So watch this. Like,
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
so when they're together, it sounds fine, right? But you're not gonna listen to this by itself, except right now.
The
Like,
kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
I think another portion of that is like being a little not very confident. I think I was like, is this the harmony? Like, and so I think I hit it, but like, damn, like,
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
so it's and then it goes to here, right? Like,
It's FAFO, but only option is trash.
so then it's like,
It's FAFO, but only option is trash. It's FAFO, but only option is trash.
not a specific gen alpha diss exactly. It is like, yeah, the kids all these days, and not all kids are coming up by iPads, but it's almost saying like, listen, that's a good thing because they're not safe. Like, you know what I mean? It's talking about how fucked up the world is, so it's I could see it being like a diss, but I could also see it being like, no, like it's fucking great because listen, their classroom ain't safe.
To a school.
The kids coming up are all tied by iPads.
Which is probably a good thing, cause they ain't safe in their class.
It's FAFO, but only option is trash.
And the answer is to leave if you think it's bad.
It's the lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They tell us a mask in America.
I think it's like what Corley's saying. Nobody's safe. You know what I mean? We ain't safe. Don't think for a second that you're safe. I'm not trying to make people paranoid, but dude, it's like we ain't safe. You know? Fucking, there's so much shit going on. So you hear it's just absolute chaos, right? But doesn't it sound like the melody, meaning me, like singing the melody? This is it right here.
It's the lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They sell us a mask in America.
So this is very much that juxtaposition. So we're talking about like, okay, you know, it's like the original song in West Side Story, you know, it's like, I want to be in America, okay, buy me in America, na 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 America, and then like the men are like, you know, as long as you're white in America, you know, so it's like very like they make a juxtaposition as well, but like the women in that song are all singing about like, listen, there's so much opportunity here. And it's like, dude, I do not doubt that, okay? So, like, I actually kind of like living in America, like, in general and stuff like that. Like, you'll find as you listen to this song, like, it's not a just this wonderful dumping on America, yay, boo-hoo. Like, I kind of have this like middle of the road stance actually as the song keeps going on, because it talks about like loving what the country actually is like supposed to be. It's just like, dude, when you see how people are acting these days and you see like what kind of organizations are at the top above us and stuff, it's like that is rich. It's the rich America. So that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about like America's just only shitty, I only hate America. It's not that. Like, so the song, and again, like there's a little more nuance as you like hear it, but it is very like juxtaposition, right? Because we're very just like, oh, it's the lost and found in America. Like it sounds so like happy, but like in the background there's all these gunshots, there's like fucking chainsaws, there's like women screaming. So like listen to all the background again.
It's the lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They sell us a mask in America.
The news is staying grim, but they say we out of order. Country shutting down for healthcare, also case on the border. Meanwhile, doing nothing. These men still get paid. Show the outrage over Floyd like it wasn't no thing.
The land of the free with no plea deal. Hospitals check our well instead of how we feel. Sworn in on a book, then immediate lies. And that's why I must open all of their eyes. 2 jobs, a side hustle with just beans to show. But if I justify the ends with means, I know the question of the chicken or the egg, it don't matter. Who cares what came first when you can't avoid the latter? Genocidal by title, you whack motherfucker.
So these are the 2 songs, actually. I think I have 3 songs. I say you whack motherfucker, because that's like my favorite thing to call people when I'm just like thinking about in my head, like insulting somebody. I'm just like, these whack motherfuckers. Like, I don't even say motherfucker or motherfucker. Like, it's motherfuckers. So, like, you whack motherfucker. And so the last song actually had you whack motherfucker. So there's going to be 3 times you're going to hear that in the album, actually. So I said, you whack motherfucker. And so, like, it's almost like an Easter egg. It's like, how many times are you going to say you whack motherfucker? I don't plan on saying it any more than 3. But that's the Easter egg. So what you heard also is some more of that like fun, right? Like listen to this. It's like
the land of the free with no plea deal. Hospitals check our well instead of how we feel. Sworn in on a book, then immediate lies. And that's why I must open all of their eyes. 2 jobs aside.
So, you know, it's the land of the free with no plea deal. So, like, okay, we're in the land of the free, no plea deal. Hospitals check our wallets instead of how we feel. You know, it's like they're sworn in on a book and then immediate lies, like politicians and stuff. So I'm like, that's why I must open all of their eyes.
We feel sworn in on a book, then immediate lies. And that's why I must open all of their eyes. 2 jobs, a side hustle with just beans to show. But if I justify the ends with means, I know the
question of the chicken or the egg, it don't matter. Who cares what came first when you can't avoid the latter?
So it was such a popular thing. You guys remember, like almost a year ago, it's like the price of eggs. You know, eggs are so expensive. It didn't matter if Biden was fucking president. It didn't matter if Donald Trump was president. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fat fucking shit. What the thing is that it's like, if you use the eggs as a metaphor, though, it like works really well on that question of like, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? So we're like triple entendre, like right here, right? Because it's like, the question of the chicken or the egg, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares about the former when you can't afford the latter, right? Like, so here.
Means I know the question of the chicken or the egg, it don't matter. Who cares what came first when you can't avoid the latter? Genocidal by title.
So, like, dude, you know, who the fuck gives a fuck? Like, if you can't afford eggs, and then who the shit cares which came first? Like, we just want to be able to afford shit, you know? So, like, we're like triple entendre right there.
Justify the ends with means I know the question of the chicken or the egg, it don't matter. Who cares what came first when you can't avoid the latter? Genocidal by title, you whack motherfucker. You want us to go to war so you could get Gazalago. And Ukraine a double discount, the streets got more shotties. The legacy continues atop the bloody bodies. It's the lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They sell us a mask in America.
So it's just absolute chaos, right? Like, the whole thing is supposed to be like, oh, this is such a fun song. And so, you guys, this is actually the first song on the album, and I'm intentionally not playing for you the intro. It's gonna have this like almost like movie like intro for just like 30 seconds or 20 seconds or something. I'm gonna keep that a secret. But yeah, the entire album has like a theme, so it's almost like you're watching like a musical. It's like a rap musical sort of. But yeah, here's this last verse too. This part gets a little crazy.
Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits and record profits. Or bust in rounds and bust in now. No trust in how you're just looking left, right, not little guy.
So this is that tongue twisting craziness.
Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits and record profits. Or bust in rounds and bust in now. No trust in how you're just looking left, right, not little.
So sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits or record profits or bust. So what we're saying is like sea level executives, so sea levels don't care about the sea levels. So we're talking about the earth, global warming, the sea levels rising. Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels, so they SEE, they see levels of record profits. And it's record profits or bust, meaning like we only get profits or just fucking forget about it. You know, that's like all that they're caring about, right? So sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits. You know, like that's crazy, right?
Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits and record profits. Or bust in rounds and bust in now. No trust in how you're just looking left, right, not little.
Crazy, huh? Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits or record profits or bust in rounds, bust in now. That's crazy.
Sea levels don't care about sea levels. They see levels of record profits and record profits. Or bust in rounds and bust in now. No trust in how you're just looking left, right, not little guys never rise when supplies goes to man's. Then algorithm my brain said tick-tock attention spans. Be a goldfish is so true. So then how about you? Eat a dick up till you hiccup and throw the hashtag. Mood. It could be so much worse. Well, okay, you got me. And ain't that what they said to the parents of Uvalde? Defense spend will be pushing up to 900 billion. But then somehow a team gets on a light in the building. Incinerate a Cybertruck and they say that you're tolerant. You couldn't give a flying fuck about the Capitol riot. Now I love the country more than any of them do. Tell elite to step aside and let the common man through. It's the law.
So right there, you're gonna hear Amogus, right?
Tell elite to step aside and let the common.
Right.
Tell elite to step aside and let the common man through. It's the lost and found in America.
Crazy, eh?
Well, okay, you got me.
So this part was crazy because I can remember the governor of my state, Texas. There was a shooting that happened at Robb Elementary School. That's in Uvalde, Texas, and I can remember the first day, like it might have been the day after, but it was within at least 24 hours. It was just like, they said this.
It could be so much worse.
So they said it could have been so much worse. So if anybody doesn't know like the details, you don't really have to be like in a political affiliation to like kind of know how wrong this is that, you know, the people that were there to protect, right, are the police, right? Like, aren't they there to protect us and stuff? That's what, you know, some people argue that shit. They're like, no, they're not there to protect you or whatever. So whatever, right? But it says to protect and serve. Like, that's, you know, I don't really have a problem with cops most of the time, you know, but like in Uvalde, like they were seriously waiting. The news had like a timer because the school has the security cameras for it. This 18-year-old dude in like 2024 shot a school of kindergartners, right? And so many kids died. Like, it is devastating. Like, this is, I cannot believe that we don't like wake up from something like this, you know, because like that is the most horrifying thing. You know, I gotta send my kid to elementary school and be afraid of this happening all the time, because then the cops just went there and they were waiting in the hall for fucking, you know, like 2 hours. And like the governor, then his response was, well, it could have been so much worse. Right? I'm like, dude, I don't know how much worse this could be, you know, other than destroying the whole school. Like, that's the only thing worse, right? Dude.
Could be so much worse. Well, okay, you got me. And ain't that what they said to the parents of Uvalde? Defense spend will be pushing up to $900 billion. But then somehow a teen gets armor light in the building and
so it's talking about like a teen can just walk into school with armor light, you know, just be strapped with an AR, and like, how did this happen? You know, we like spend $900 billion on like our country's defense, so like, why can we not, you know, figure this out? You know, you would think we could figure this out. And you know, granted, I understand, like, if you want to get in the nuance of like, there's politics involved, there's like certain logistics that are involved with this and whatnot, but dude, like, let's face it, I mean, like, the country has a lot of money, there's a lot of rich establishment power above all of this, sitting above all of this, and so like, if you're living in America spelled with rich in it, this is what you're living in, right? And so it feels oftentimes like we are living in America, or America spelled with rich, not America that I actually like, you know, America, the country that I'm down with, you know. So we're living in like a different country. We're living in like this reality, and that's why it's like Among Us. This is so like fucking proper, because there's some kind of imposter going on, you know, like. You know, so for this to end with that sound,
dude, tell a lead to step aside and let the common man through.
It's the lost and found.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You couldn't give a flying fuck about the Capitol riot. And now I love the.
So yeah, there's just like all this like bowling sound effects and shit, and like gunshots, internet. Like there's one part where there's the dial-up sound, because it's like, dude, are we really like in the Stone Ages right now? Excuse me.
America. Staying grim, but they say we out of order. Country shut.
So yeah, do you guys hear that dial-up noise? So yeah, that's playing while this part's going on.
The news is staying grim, but they say we out of order. Country shutting down for healthcare, also case on the border. Meanwhile, doing nothing. These men still get paid. Showed the outrage over Floyd like it wasn't no thing. The land of the free.
So yeah, isn't that crazy? Corley knows the crewmate that she wants to vote out. Sophie was like, Kendo's sus. I pretty much am sus. Corley, I don't know what you're saying, but you said the smong is and then you said that's so funny. So yeah, I think the only other thing is, here's the first verse. Let's see, where is it? Dang it, I'm showing y'all my intro.
Everybody cares about $1. A chocolate too for your mama, maybe that was Stalin. Don't worry, it's united, she'll be fine in here. If you can stomach a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer. There's fighting over shiny cardboard in action. And everybody's welcome if you have the right complexion. Celebrate and love the good like Nintendo Directs. When you inevitably piss, just post a Twitter. X. MSRP is irrelevant, your price is reseller. The gun you hide from your wife is so good, just don't tell her. Just stop and think with that Prozac, if you could afford it, it's cool. Use that deep breathing app before you head to a school. The kids coming up are all taught by iPads, which is probably a good thing, cause they ain't safe in their class. It's FAFO, but only option is trash. And the answer is to leave if you think it's bad. It's the lost and found in America. They'll cut you down in America. Poison the air in America. They sell you a mask in America. Sea levels feast in America. We get cheap seats in America. Poison the air of America. They sell us a mask in America.
So yeah, you guys, lots of craziness in there, huh? Lots of craziness. I almost showed you guys my full intro. That would have been so bad. So yeah, we touch on a lot of shit like about Pokemon cards and stuff like that. We talk about the controversy, I guess, with was it Bud Light? I think it was Bud Light. Talking about the controversy of here. Let's see.
Worry is united. Yeah, if you can stomach a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer.
So yeah, like if you can stomach a woman who was a man, let's sit and have a beer, because like there were so many probably Bud Light drinkers that were just like, oh man, there's that trans person on there, so I can't fucking drink beer no more. I'm like, so it's like very like tongue in cheek. It's just like very silly. Like, well, listen, if you can stomach a woman who was a man, let's sit and have a beer together. Like, but they can't even do that. They just fucking like, oh, you can't even stomach that. You can stomach this beer, no problem.
You can stomach a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer. There's fighting over shiny cardboard and in action.
So yeah, there's fighting over shiny cardboard and in action. So it sounds like you're saying an action, but like there's fighting over shiny cardboard and inaction. So the country's just full of like all these establishments are just full of inaction. Let's just not fucking do anything, And so it's just like, let's fight over shiny cardboard, because you see people fighting in the streets over Pokemon cards. Like, they could be waiting outside of Target and dudes get in a fight. You know what I'm saying? That guy's so stupid. So like, this is what we're living in, right? And it's just so like happy sounding, kind of. Like, the whole trajectory of it is supposed to be like,
stomach a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer. There's fighting over shiny cardboard and in action.
And like that's where the music comes in. So if we like put all of it together, listen to this. So it's like,
united, she'll be fine at here.
See, it's just drums right now.
Maybe that was solid. Don't worry, it's united, she'll be fine at here. If you can stomach a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer. There's fighting over shiny cardboard
and I muted the song, but yeah, that's where the song's supposed to come in, is like on the fight and shiny cardboard.
Like a woman who was a man to sit and have a beer. There's fighting over shiny cardboard and in action. And everybody's welcome if you have the right complexion. Celebrate and love the good like Nintendo Directs. When you inevitably piss, just post a Twitter or X. MSRP is irrelevant, your price is reseller. The gun you hide from your wife is so good, just don't tell her.
And so, Corley, you showed me the wonders of Chani Jash. So if anybody's ever heard of Chani Jash, I think is what it was, right? I'm not saying that wrong. It's not Johnny Cash, but Chani Jash. And so I was like, what's interesting? I don't want to say that I'm like Chani Jash, but I've been doing the same thing that they do for like quite a while now, which is there's a time to know like where, if you want to, especially on a song like this, if you're going to be like kind of silly, like sometimes, this song is like about a very serious thing, right? It's like about a very serious topic. This is all very like fucking, what's the word? It's like very dastardly shit. This is all not fun shit that we have to live through. But it's like so happy, right? Do 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 do. It just sounds so like happy, and the voice is like, we're coming up with iPads and it's all fun. And so like Chani Jash, one thing that they do in their music is that they really know when to use their voice and what it's capable of at specific times. So, like, for instance, listen to...
fighting over shiny cardboard and in action. And everybody's welcome if you have the right complexion. Celebrate and love the good like Nintendo Directs. When you inevitably piss, just post a Twitter or X. MSRP is irrelevant, your price is reseller. The gun you hide from your wife is so good, just don't tell her.
So it's right there. It's like, your price is reseller. So I know that my voice can kind of do this like, oh, and so it's very much like, your price is reseller.
X. MSRP is irrelevant, your price is reseller. The gun you hide from your wife is so good, just don't tell her. Just stop and...
So that works especially well in rap too, like if you can do that, because then you see how that verse, like those two bars could connect with that same, your price is reseller, don't tell her. And so like Chani Jash does a lot of this where like the voice, and like I did it on the, Uvalde thing where it's like, it could be so much worse, like kind of voicing like that. So if you're like kind of playing around with it, especially like a silly thing like this,
throw the hashtag, it could be so much worse. Well, okay, you got me. And ain't that what they said to the...
You could even say it's a little bit of like switching in and out of this voice to this voice, like normal, and then to this voice, and then this voice, so like very much I've like been playing around with that for years. Like once I just kind of thought like, wait, I can rap and like voice act. I'm gonna do that. So like if you could like voice act and rap, then that's what you do. But yeah, I think I've been ranting and raving for way too long. Corley's hungry, for example, and Corley's saying like, I love Dylan Mulvaney. She's so talented. Did you know she's on Broadway right now? I actually did not know she was on Broadway. But I remember, this poor person's just like being the subject of all this shit for being in a Bud ad. You know, it's like, dude, you're like giving up fucking Bud Light. It's like these people that are like, I'm gonna burn my NFL tickets. It's like, okay, well, if you do, fucking congratulations. You know what I mean? Like, we're all fucking special, you know? So like, I just feel like sometimes it's just very like social media, rich people, like all this, just kind of this world we living in. Sometimes it feels like this can't be true, you know? Like, how do people send their kids to school and then they come back dead? You know, like, that's fucking bullshit. This should not be happening. And so that's the entirety of this song, is like saying this whole thing of, well, we live in America, but spelled with rich, right? Because America without rich, sure, it has its problems, but it's like, it's mostly fine. You know, like, I kind of like the country, you know, like, I'm down with it. But, like, America spelled rich with Americha, you know, like, what are we doing? So that's what this whole song is. So that is literally all I'm going to show today, though. I know I keep being like, no, I'm only going to show a little bit of this, and I show more. No, like, that's where we will stop. I thank you so much. You guys have listened to me way more than I ever deserve. Way more than I ever could deserve. So thank you for that. I feel perfectly like a glazed donut, I guess, because of all the glazing. So, thank you. Thank you for hearing me out. If you like commentary on society like that, this album is very much commentary on society. I'm just going to tell you, it starts friendly, like this America, but it ends kind of more like Paper Cuts, where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking just destroy everything. You know, so it's just kind of like, boom, we start up here, and then we end down the fuck here. You know, so if you guys like the sound of that, you are gonna love this album. I guess I'm not gonna say the name of it quite yet, but I will reveal the album name over the summer. It's got a clever name, I hope. I hope it's not stupid. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for listening. Thank you for viewing. Corley, you deserve everything. You are amazing. And to me, you guys deserve all the love. You guys deserve all the amazing. I cannot be amazing without you. So much love and peace. I did just want to say, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I'm going to actually test ride an e-bike tomorrow. So I do have an appointment to go test ride an e-bike. Unk is finally going to be moving, you guys. Moving around. So, yeah, bye.